So tactically, what are we doing? Physically, because we seem to be behind the sub-region when it comes to size. Physicals find the exceptional talented players who may not have the physical presence and everything, agreed, but you find that most often they are looking for players with size. So you're looking for center backs with height, center backs with a certain physical profile, midfielders of a certain physical profile, strikers of a certain physical profile. Your wide men can be pint size, but you know, when I have chats with scouts or people who are close to scouts, the biggest takeaway I make, or the biggest things I take away from those conversations, are that players from some of the other countries in the sub-region are getting picked and scouted and chosen by some of the bigger clubs in Europe because of their physical size, because of their size. Of course, the football IQ is there, but they look at the size of the player. So you see an 18-year-old centre back who is 6'4". The European scouts love such players.
Yeah.
You see a midfielder 6'3", 6'5". They love such players. You see a striker, he's 6 foot plus. They love such players. He's 18, 19. He has the size. So whilst we think of the DNA and all of those things, let us also start thinking about what we can do to get our players to get to that size and have those physical attributes in addition to the talent. The talent is never in question. Now it's a matter of, I look at the Ivorians, Charlie, they are huge. They are huge. And nobody can tell me that they are not the required ages, because the MRI is being employed at the Wafubi. Did you not see pictures of the under 17 players taking the MRI with the tense looks on their faces?
You're scared.
So it's not a matter of the Ivorians being past the age. No, they just have the size. So we must think about that. And that's just something I wanted to say. We'll see later if we can get some more insight into this. 054-257-1061. Ray, hey. Is there a problem this morning?
Anytime, give me a problem.
We should give you problem.
Give me a problem. So I want to get into a few matters this morning.
All right, let's go.
Hello. Hello, Dodge.
Oh, the problem has been served. The problem has been cooked.
Nathan.
Yes.
Yesterday, we started part 1 of Ghana boxing and its struggles.
Sporty FM.
Ghana boxing and its challenges. You see, Nathan, when we sit on the show and we try to push for the right things to be done, it is not because we have interests. It is not because we are hungry. And it is not because we just want to bash people or we just want to criticize people. No. But we do some of these things with the intention or the intent that those who are responsible for making sure our sports grow know exactly what they have to do, be responsible enough to make sure the sports that we so love, whether it's football, whether it's boxing, whether it's athletics, Ghanaians begin to get a lot of joy. And what's getting a lot of joy? The key actors, the players, the boxers, the athletes, would also benefit as expected. When all of those components come together, you realize that sports now becomes a pillar in terms of the development of the nation. And they just ended World Athletics Championships. It was the United States of America that won the most medals, right? What does it do to a nation like that? Kenya followed on the medal table. How did they get there? What did they do right? What didn't they do? Where are they competitively strong? Where do they have advantage when it comes to sports? What have they done with it? Those are the conversations that we want to be having. And those who are responsible for manning federations or associations in this country must know that their core responsibility is to make sure their athletes or their star performers who make them relevant are well taken care of. Nathan, somewhere in April 2025, somewhere in March 2025.
Yes.
There was an unfortunate incident at the Bukum Boxing, where the late Gabriel Olariwaju collapsed.
Exactly. He was fighting John Mbanugu, aka Power.
He collapsed in the ring.
Yeah, he did.
By the time he got into hospital, he was dead. So the doctors confirmed that he was dead on arrival. He was dead before he was brought in. Or he was brought in dead. B.I.D. That's the medical term. Now, Nathan, after that, the sports minister, Kofi Adams, commissioned an 8-member body. Was it 8? Yes, 8. To look into the matters and determine the circumstances that led to the death of the boxer, determine whether the organizers and promoters the promoters of the boxing match took adequate steps by international standards to prevent the death of the boxer, went on to determine whether licensing authorities acted with due diligence. Nathan, all of those things were part of the terms of reference. This committee sat down and put together a 100-page document. A 100-page document detailing what happened, what investigations were done, how Ghana boxing was being run, and where they had got into in terms of how they steer the affairs of the boxing association. On the 17th of May, 2025, this committee presented their report to the sports minister. Okay, and this is May. On the 23rd of May, 2025, the sports ministry issued a release accepting the recommendations of the Amakai Amatefield Committee, Ambassador retired. Now, Nathan, between the 23rd of May and the 24th of September, today, 124 days, 4 months, 1 day, not a single recommendation from that committee's report has been implemented. Not a single one.
Not a single one.
Not a single one.
Okay.
Now, Nathan, you ask the question, why? What we know is that the minister, based on the recommendations of the committee, one of the recommendations being the license of the GBA. And when we talk about license of the GBA, we go to the National Sports Authority.
Okay.
Now, the recommendation said the license under which the GBA can continue to operate by virtue of Regulation 13 of the Sports Regulations 2023 LI 2477 should be withheld by the NSA until the review of the GBA's constitution to reflect the concerns addressed in this report, implementation of the recommended reforms, and the conduct of new elections within 6 months from the submission of this report. For the avoidance of doubt, the GBA, as presently constituted, cannot function as to organize, promote, or administer the affairs of professional boxing in this country. In the interim, the NSA should constitute an entity or a body made up of competent and committed persons to take over the functions of the GBA to administer professional boxing in this country. The NSA should accordingly notify all international sanctioning bodies and professional boxing organizations to which the GBA is affiliated with its decision to withhold the license of the GBA as presently constituted until further notice. So, Nathan, there were clear timelines.
Yep.
Within 6 months from the submission of that report, which was on the 17th of March, everything concerning Ghana boxing should see proper transformation.
Okay.
Nathan,
6 months.
Within 6 months, so they gave clear timelines. As we speak today, 4 months has gone under the drain. Nothing has been done. What is shocking is that between then and now, several boxing bouts have been held at the Bukum Boxing Arena. One would ask, per what the committee recommended, has there been strict adherence? Has there been strict adherence to how boxing should be organized, professional boxing should be organized in the country? Because a lot of concerns were raised. What we found out then was that the GBA did not have a medical doctor. They were using a nurse. How they were sanctioning fights was problematic. How they took care of boxers pre-bouts, in-bouts, post-bouts, medically was a challenge. There was no doping control. All of those things were supposed to have been put in place within the 6 months after the report, before elections, for Ghana boxing to take off properly. But Nathan, the NSA decided to sleep on this matter. Today I hear the NSA boss telling everybody that, oh, these things take time, these things take time. Did he not see the report? Did he realize that the report had clear timelines? Did he read to find out that, look, the report gave them 6 months after the submission of the report. Okay. Unless the committee's work was not important, or unless the committee's work clearly did not matter to the reformation of Ghana boxing.
Okay.
And so the NSA decided to do other things rather than deal with the matters. Now, what happened? When all the discussion around this committee's work and the report came out, the GBA president, who testified before this committee, stepped aside. When he stepped aside, he handed over to his vice president, Mr. Roger Bano, who also went to the committee and testified before the committee. He went to the committee and accused his president of all sorts of things. All of them are documented in the report.
You mean Mr. Bano?
Mr. Bano
went before the committee.
He went before the committee, spoke about his boss and how he had run the Ghana Boxing Authority. Okay? And recommended what needed to be done.
Okay.
To make sure Ghana boxing got better. He himself. Now, when he took over, they quickly commissioned a boxing board. They quickly commissioned a boxing board, making it look like the problem was Nikwe. And once Nikwe stepped aside and they constituted their own people, mainly people who were part of the Nikwe era, they were going to steer the affairs of Ghana boxing properly. All this while, the NSA should or was tasked to withdraw or revoke the license of the GBA.
Okay.
The NSA did not do that. Roger Bano, Alaji Tofiki, chairman of promotions, Michael Atotete, chairman of promotions, Shadrack Akwe, technical advisor, Kaloko member, Isaac Pakpokwe, treasurer, lawyer Sami Laye member, Dr. Eric Tete, head of medical, Andy Note, PRO, Adama Adi, Nigonti, member, Patrick Johnson,
Interesting.
General Secretary, Nathan. All of them were now managing the Ghana Boxing Authority. All this while, the NSA had not implemented the recommendations of the committee. Then it got to a point where the tenure of office or the tenure of office of Nikwe, now handing over to Roger Bano, got to an end.
Okay.
The NSA boss gave them a month's extension.
Yeah, I remember that.
All that time, we were expecting that post that expiration of the extension of tenure, we will now see the normalization committee possibly kick in and manage the affairs of Ghana boxing. But no, that also didn't happen. So as we speak, this current boxing board are working without the authority to manage the GBA.
Of course, because the 1 month had passed.
The 1 month has passed.
And we didn't hear any notice of another extension.
In what capacity are they running Ghana
Very
boxing
good,
today?
very good. Great.
The
That's a very good
NSA must come and answer to us. The NSA must come and tell us.
Because the first extension we had.
Yes.
So if up until now, 24th September, they are still functioning, under which authority are they functioning? How are they functioning?
Now, Nathan, Dr. Eric Tete, who has come in as head of medical, we all know, per the report, that he was doing his housemanship. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Per the report, it was the same doctor that Nikwe spoke about as being, yes, Dr. Eric Tete, IED. He was the one. He holds a provisional registration from Ghana Medical and Dental Council and has not completed the required 2-year housemanship, limiting his ability to take up a full role. This was the report of the committee. They listed him again as the medical doctor for the GBA. Nobody understands. So that's why I'm saying that. If they saw the report and still went ahead with all of these things, it is shocking to some of us. And Nathan, if Ghana boxing was not run properly, a lot of things, a lot of infractions, and Nathan, and I will not say what I don't know. When the committee released their report, they were clear. They said the GPS license should immediately be withheld by the NSC and its finances comprehensively audited. An interim body should take over. The committee proposes an immediate appointment of a qualified physician to the board of the interim boxing oversight body to supervise implementation of health and safety standards. They were clear on all of that. Okay. Now, after the report, they were clear by telling the good people of Ghana that, look, the committee concluded that the GBA, as presently constituted, not only Nikwe, Nathan, let's be clear here. The GBA, as presently constituted, cannot effectively organize, promote, or administer the affairs of professional boxing in this country. Nathan, how then would the NSA sit down,
the voice of sport,
holding a broom and trying to clean Ghana boxing, now go back and maintain the status quo because only Nikwe had exited? Roger Bano was his vice president. Tofik and Co were all there.
Yes.
So, the same people who were part of what the report would describe as not being properly constituted to organize, promote, and administer Ghana boxing are the same people who are there. How do you fix the system? How do you fix the mess? For 4 good months after the ministry and the minister issued a statement accepting the recommendations of the Amatefe committee, nothing has been done. The only appointment they did was to bring in another member who had been part of the system, Patrick Johnson.
Yes.
Until Nikwe came, he had been part of the system. So it's not as if they brought in a new person, a completely neutral person, to come and join them as general secretary.
Okay. I do know that he's like the boxing person at the NSC, right?
Yes.
I think he was the one the NSA attached to
yes. So
the GBA.
So when the extension was given, Patrick Johnson was also appointed as one of the people, general secretary. You know, per their constitution, there's supposed to be a general secretary of the boxing.
Yes.
Who normally comes from NSA.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after Patrick Johnson was removed
Sporty
by Nikwe, they found a way to bring him back. So Jan Pofangwa found a way to bring him back as general secretary. So everything that has happened in recent times, the boxing bouts that have been organized have been done under the umbrella of this new body led by Roger Bano.
Okay, it's true. My question is, if they were doing so, who mandated them to do so?
The NSA.
I go back to this
Yes.
extension, 1 month extension,
Yes.
and after that, we don't know what has happened.
So clearly, the NSA has given them the power to continue running the affairs of Ghana boxing. Now, Nathan, why am I concerned? And why am I worried? And why am I bringing all of these things up? Look,
Just not to interrupt you. I just hope that maybe my producers can see if we can get somebody from the NSA. We just want to find out after the first extension.
Yes, which elapsed somewhere in August.
In August, were the people giving another extension? Maybe they gave them another extension and they decided not to make it public.
Possibly so.
Maybe.
But we don't know.
But we don't know. So we just want to be sure. But anyway, Ray, proceed.
But Nathan, why am I concerned? You see, when we went to Bukom yesterday, when we went to find out exactly what's been going on around the space, we made a few discoveries. The people within the boxing community, the fans who go to see them, said they don't understand why the boxer, the late Bahubali, was consistently in the ring. Within the space of 8 months, he's appeared in close to 3 boxing bouts. They don't understand.
And that is very strange.
Yes, and that is the account of the people there. And they say that he's always fought boxers who are heavier than him. He's always fought boxers outside his weight class. And yesterday I told you that Bahubali is a light heavyweight boxer. The boxer he took on is a cruiserweight.
It's a cruiserweight, yes.
Even in his last bout against Tabiti, he fought at the Bridgerweight. Another heavyweight. So that's Bridgerweight is between cruiserweight and heavyweight.
Okay.
So it means that he's heavier. He fights in the heavier weights.
Yes.
So I don't know if before signing that contract with the late Bahubali, in that contract, there were clauses where either Dixon had to drop down weight to light heavyweight, or Bahubali had to move up weight. And Nathan, moving up weight was always going to be difficult for Bahubali. To cruiserweight, to take on Dixon was always going to be difficult. And that was why you realize that the punches he received were heavy punches from a boxer
who was naturally
in his heavyweight division.
Sporty FM.
Okay, so that was the question a lot of people are asking. Now, look, who sanctioned this bout?
Because this is really weird.
Who sanctioned this
I've never
bout?
heard 2 boxers of different weights fighting. No way.
So what was in that contract? What was in that fight contract the 2 boxers signed and same brought to the GBA for them to approve this bout? What was in it? The GBA must be speaking.
Yeah, it is true.
So if they have press statements or if they have releases, they must be speaking to some of these matters. And you see, Nathan, there's this interesting thing that the GBA, they've done their bit. They sanctioned the bout is over, the boxer has gone home, fair enough, no problem. But Nathan, and that was what the PRO said, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
on the news.
In fact, let's listen to the PRO.
Okay, let's listen to
let me continue.
Mr. Andrew Naughty. His voice was played on the 6 a.m. bulletin, Sporty News at 6. We credit Asempa FM for this voice. So this is the voice as was played in this morning's news.
Boxing, just like any other sport, they come with hazards. They don't happen quite often, but once in a while, things like this will strike us, and then we go back to the table and we look at Niama ye and Niama so ye and we try to strengthen those things. This is the second time this year such an incident. Definitely the GBA would also be taking certain measures just to improve or enhance the safety of boxers. If the report comes out and we all get to know the actual cause of death, definitely what must be needed to be done will surely be done.
All right, so that was Andrew Norte. Andrew Norte is the media committee chairman of the GBA.
You see,
now, even before you continue, the info I'm getting is that Baobali fought in May.
Yes.
Against a boxer named
Jonathan Tete.
Yes.
Jonathan Tete, yes.
And in that bout too,
he received a lot of punishment.
Yes.
But that was a light heavyweight contest.
That was a light heavyweight.
That was a light heavyweight contest. Then we saw him again
taking on Dixon.
But he received punishment.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the point. That's so, which means that you can tell his body had been through a lot.
Yes. And you see, Nathan, this part where the GBA smartly tell us that, they sanctioned the bout. They did what they had to do pre, during, and after the bout, and the boxer went, so they are fine. Nathan,
I have another Andrew Norte voice here.
Today? Okay, yes, you can play that one as well.
Okay. I think this is where he talks about.
This is what he talks about.
Yes, he says
so. Let's listen.
People should be cautious in how they apportion blame or who they point to as being responsible. Let's hear from Andrew Norte.
Boxers, there is something related to boxing. So when a promoter comes or the fight be about, the GBA will require that make sure that the boxer does A, B, C, D in terms of the medicals. Yeah, you bring the proof to the medical team of the GBA. They will assess it and then give approval or otherwise. You understand? So if the GBA did all of this and the fight successfully ended, and I clear no medically and no car, the rest of the way no and Shadan lie in the bosom of the GBA after the fight. So we need to be very circumspect about the things we say.
All right, Andrew Norte speaking there. He's the chairman of the GBA's media committee.
So Nathan,
this doesn't.
Yeah, so Nathan, granted. You see, let's give it to them. Granted, they did their pre-bout medical examination mandatory, and we want to know the extent to which that mandatory examination was done. Okay? We want to know how both boxers weighed in before this fight. The weight of both boxers before this fight.
Yeah.
The contract that was brought to the GBA that they approved, we want to know. Together with the medical records, we want to know. Because all of these things will be documented.
Of course.
Again, there is supposed to be a mandatory post-bout medical. Mandatory. And looking at the punishment the boxer received, you cannot give him para and tell him to go home. He has to be thoroughly examined. Because with the amount of punishment he took, there could be the possibility of maybe an intracranial hemorrhage or anything.
Or simply put, bleeding in the head.
Thank you very much. Okay? There was always going to be that possibility. That is why even in the report, they even tell us that, look, you even need a neurologist at that level.
Of course. Because there could be some brain damage.
Exactly.
You have to check. Yeah.
You have to check all of these things. Okay? So we are asking. Did they do post-bout medical checkup for the boxer? It's not admitting that they did same and clear the boxer to go home. Did the GBA do that? Because if they did, again, there should be evidence. If they did that, there should be evidence. In the past, we were told that the medical examination the GBA do was to check the BP of the boxer and check the pulse. And then they look at their eyes.
Yeah,
they look at their eyes. That was the medical examination they were doing before boxers went into the ring. We want to know if the ECGs and the stress tests and all of those things were done. And that is why I'm saying that. Nathan, if the current boxing board are not privy to matters in this report and what needs to be done, it means they'll continue doing what they used to do that eventually brought up this committee after the death of Olarenwaju. Now the boxer fights. He goes home. He dies 11 days after. And you think in any proper investigation, do not go back to the fight?
Of course. There's no way this will be investigated and they'll decouple it from the bout. No.
The GBA must know this.
No.
There's no way we'll go into this matter
And not
revisit the boxing bout the boy went into.
It is part of the equation.
And now look at all the procedures. If every single protocol was followed, according to international best practices.
The voice of sport.
That was why, Nathan, we were pushing for a thorough overhaul of Ghana boxing. Because it is almost as if Nikwe was taken out for a new group to come and continue from where Nikwe left off. Nothing has changed. We listened to Joshua Clottey. Joshua Clottey also made his own submissions on this matter. Clottey was speaking about the fact that Bahubali fought a boxer who was outside his weight class. Let's listen to him. I didn't say this one.
Joshua Clottey, former IBF welterweight champion, sharing his thoughts on this very sad incident and the concerns he had prior to the bout, or as it was happening.
Bahubali he killed himself. So he killed himself because any manager, any promoter, any coach, they are fighting.
Bahubali killed himself. We have to say the truth. The fight wasn't organized by his manager or coach. He arranged the fight himself, and he came to tell the coach he wanted to fight with Jesse. Bahubali doesn't know how boxing works. The GBA needs to take their time to investigate into the matter, because we don't want these kinds of deaths to continue. But what we want are world titles. It wasn't his fight, and everyone knows this, but he still went ahead to fight, and look at what happened.
We don't want death. We want world titles. And the fight. One losing fight. This is one losing fight. Obia Kasa said this on to me. Now, or he started talking, said,
So that was Joshua Clottey, former IBF. Ray, let me read this message I got. I won't tell you who sent it.
Okay, read it.
Right? But it says, no professional boxer should be fighting 3 bouts in a year, especially in the bigger weight division. 2 fights in a year at best. Professional boxers use 3 months to prepare for bouts. No way should Bahubali be fighting in May and then fight again in September. The GBA has a lot of questions to answer. They are mandated to sanction every professional bout in Ghana. This death is so avoidable.
Nathan, you see, let me start.
And the person who sent me the message is very up close and personal.
Nathan, I know what you're talking about.
With boxing.
Nathan, I know what you're talking about. You see, when the former champ was speaking, did you hear what he said? He said, "Any fight. Let me show you how fights are made in Buko." So, you realize the boxer who came here, Bako, Trophilos.
Yes.
Daniel Gosh in the bantamweight was unbeaten. He was in a lower weight division, but he worked his way up to take him on because there was a lot of trash talk.
Yeah.
That he can't beat Gosh, Onyojile. They make the fight. You get it? Most times, they look for the crowd pullers. Gosh is a crowd puller. Bahubali is a crowd puller. So, Dixon, another boxer running around, Dixon, Onyojile, Obanyojile, let's make the fight. In most instances, that is how they make fights. So they look at the boxer who is strong, the boxer who is making waves, the boxer who is getting a lot of crowd behind him, popular. Then it is either they look for a boxer he can push down easily,
aka
Achiagbeshi, or they look for a boxer who is strong and can challenge him. So if you realize, when you were watching the bout between Dixon and Bahubali, The commentary behind it, what was the guy saying?
Agbe
Baobali,
Yeah.
and the whole stadium.
Listeners to wait, Baobali is getting killed, literally.
Yes, that is what they like. So it is almost like they organize fights based on the feeling in the community.
Yeah.
It
It reminds me of the Bukom Banku and Bastille battle. It almost, it's almost like
so
a grudge that
so good.
That
must be settled.
Yeah, that must be settled.
That is how most fights happen in Bukum.
George Ashley and Game Boy.
See, most of the time, trash talking, all of those things, then they organize fights. But Nathan, you see,
But even that,
you see, there's nothing wrong with that. And in the case of Gosh and Paco Alote, it went to the level where the WBO actually sanctioned the bout. So it was a WBO sanctioned bout.
Yeah, that's
under a strong boxing ticket, a strong boxing promotion. That was a Sharaf Mahama production with American. Okay, properly recognized.
Yeah.
The right things were done.
Yeah.
Now, Nathan, ask me, if indeed Baobali wasn't up to cruiserweight, how did that fight happen? Everybody says that Jay fight, it's not his fight. How did the GBA look at that contract?
Ray.
Look at that contract the promoter brought.
Yeah.
And sanctioned about. How, you see, how they looked at it, looked at the boxer's record, looked at all of the things that will play a part, sanctioned that bout is what shocks me. Now we've all seen what has come out. But you see, what shocks me again is that when Roger Bano went to the committee, he told the committee that when they go and do pre-fight medicals, they only do BP and pulse checks. He went to tell the committee. He went to tell the committee that Edward Asante was not a licensed doctor. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew. He went to tell the committee. And he went to tell the committee that they didn't have any consistent ringside doctors. So he went to the committee to tell them what was going on. He as vice president, as vice president of the GBA, when he went, that was what he went to tell them. Then he went on to tell them that Nikwe,
Who Asma refers to as my friend.
yes, Nikwe, he said, the GBA president
Sporty FM.
allegedly manages take dive boxes and interferes in results, especially involving his son. Those were the allegations he made against Nikwe when he went to the committee.
I see.
Take a dive. You want to say take a dive boxer, you understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of people even believe that this bout that was made between Baobali
And Dixon
was
was
another Achiagbesi.
yeah.
Because clearly there was a mismatch.
The two boxers were by default not in the same weight class.
He went on to tell the committee that they did not maintain medical records of boxers. Release letters were being misused. Nathan, Mr. Bano, this is what you see, Nathan, we don't speak to things we don't know. And he recommended.
These are the words of his own
testimony before the committee.
So if anybody thinks we are fabricating stuff,
So he recommended to the committee that they appoint a qualified medical doctor. When he came with his board, he appointed Mr. Tete.
okay,
Mr. Tete,
he a doctor?
Mr. Tete, like I said, before the committee, it was held that he had not done his mandatory 2-year housemanship. So he was not fit to occupy that role. Again, testimony of the committee. So all of these things have happened. You ask the question, who are the people managing the GBA? Who are the people sanctioning the bout? Who are the people doing the medicals? What medicals are being done? They cannot run away from this. They cannot run away from this. When you go to Bukum today, when you go to Choco, everybody is saying, Baobali shouldn't have been in the ring with
Yes.
this guy.
Because everybody's saying that he fought not too long
And
ago.
everybody is pointing fingers at the GBA. He could have died of natural causes.
Sporty
Okay,
FM.
he could have died of natural causes. But there was a preceding event, which is the boxing, that we cannot leave out when we are trying to do an inquest into what killed the boxer. If Jan Pofranka knows what would be best for Ghana boxing, as a matter of urgency, that boxing board that is currently in place, he must set them aside. They must step aside.
Yeah.
The problem wasn't just Nikwe.
It's the entire architecture.
It was the entire architecture. The report spoke against.
Yes.
It was the
It's
entire
a system that
it's a
is
system.
broken and not functioning well.
It's a system. So that was why the committee recommended that the entire system, as constituted, is not fit for purpose.
So the NSA should take their lines.
So why do you now
clean house, set them up again,
start the whole process,
and then give them back their license, and then keep an eye on what they are doing?
Nathan, so what happened? 4 months? Is that to take the passing of Bahubali for us to revisit this matter again? And that is why yesterday I said, and I'll say that again. If I am the appointing authority, I am going after the NSA boss, and if the NSA boss tries to shift blame, I'm going after the sports minister, because obviously he has oversight. He commissioned the panel.
Yeah, he did.
They did their job.
Yeah.
Follow-ups.
Yeah.
Did you check? You see,
The sports minister must have a conversation with the people at the NSA.
Yes.
And get them to do, because it's a very simple. Well, we've heard them say, oh, it's not as simple as we think. But you see, that's why you are in that position. So we can't, you can.
Now let me tell the sports minister this. If Jan Pofanka is reluctant to implement the findings of this committee, he, the sports minister, should take charge. Let the ministry take charge of this. Of course, the ministry have the powers to.
Yeah.
Let the ministry take charge and suspend all boxing activities. Because, Nathan, the disregard for protocols is too much. Recently, I was told that they still use the nest at ringside. Recently, I think that was before you had a conversation with Ekwasma and Koye. We can speak to Ekwasma.
The nest is still
It's
functioning.
still at ringside. Look, Nathan, the disregard for the need to make sure boxers are safe. Look, no boxer is safe. If there's a Ghanaian boxer going to take a fight in this country, he should know very well that he puts himself in danger if he doesn't go through all the mandatory steps before he goes into the ring. Anything can happen to you because all sorts of things happen. Matchmakers are doing all sorts of things. Promoters are doing all sorts of things. Olarinwaju, how did they make that match? How did they make it?
Yeah.
The boy was overweight,
This is Sporty
heavier than his opponent. They said, oh, take a dive. It's an Achiagbechi. The Nigerian said, no, he won't do it. Eventually, because of money, he had to consider doing it.
He was on his way out
Yes.
when he was brought back, blah, blah, blah. And then we all know. how that's-
Achiagbechi is killing Ghana boxing. And this Achiagbechi, we've been talking about Achiagbechi, sounds funny.
But it's actually a very serious
That is the
thing.
order of the day.
And Joshua Clotte, if you listen to that voice, he mentioned
Yes. Okay, Nathan. This thing has to stop. And that's what I'm saying. If the NSA is reluctant, and you see, some of us, we know some of the things that have happened in Ghana boxing. Okay? And I know why Jan Pofanka is reluctant to deal with these people. Okay? He's conflicted. An honorable sports minister. You can come and ask me why. He's in conflict. And that is why he can't take on his people. And that is why he's handling this matter with kids' gloves. But you see, Nathan, if it continues like that, he's endangering the lives of more boxers. He's in conflict. Okay? And we cannot allow these things to happen. So, sports minister, if you are listening to us this morning, take the job from Jan Pofanka. He has deputies, of course. Maybe their deputies will handle it. Maybe the deputies should handle this matter with the GBA. They should handle it and handle it the way the minister wants, as per the findings of this report. Because it looks like Jan Pofanka cannot deal with the boxers. He cannot. And he knows he's in conflict.
This is really puzzling. Me, the only question I have is for the GBA. Ray, my question is for the GBA, and you touched on it. I would like to know what contract was brought to the GBA. What did they see in that contract? And how did they approve this bout to happen? Because if the two boxers are not in the same weight class, they have no business being in the same ring. If the two boxers in question are not in the same weight class, they have no business being in the same ring. I've seen some media reports say that it was a middleweight. I don't know whether it even makes it easy or it makes it better or worse. I don't know. But the point is, Dixon clearly is a cruiserweight. The man fights in the higher parts of boxing, in the higher weights, cruiserweight, bridgerweight. He's close to a heavyweight.
Even if he drops to middleweight, he's obviously
he will obviously be the heavier boxer.
His punches will obviously be stronger than that of the light heavyweight boxer.
Or the people did not follow the conversation when Canelo and Crawford were going.
Yes.
Why do we think we're talking about the power advantage? Simply because Canelo was coming in as the heavier boxer. So it makes perfect sense that Dixon, who is a cruiserweight, by default, is taking on this lightweight. Clearly, there will be a problem. So my question has to go to the GBA. Why did the GBA sanction this? Unless they are telling us that boxing is happening on their blind side, which is even a bigger problem.
No.
But it is not the case.
Let me read it. So when we're talking, I got a message. The accepted standard and international best practice is that a boxer who gets knocked down in a bout shouldn't fight in the next 6 months. He can only be allowed to fight after and only after a mandatory medical certification clears him to fight again with proper and thorough medical treatment and checkup done on him.
Now, the reason why the GBA cannot extricate itself from this is that if the international standard says that you are supposed to be cleared by who? Cleared by the regulatory body.
Yes. So, based on what did they claim to fight after he was knocked down by Jonathan Tete?
In May.
He was knocked out in the 7th round.
So, standard boxing practice is that if you get KO'd, you are not fighting in the next 6 months until you have been cleared. There's a reason why the people who run world boxing say this.
Yes.
Because they know that when you get KO'd, it's not a joke.
No.
6 months is a long time to spot things that have gone wrong in your body. If something wrong with your brain, we'll see. If there's some damage, we'll see. It gives you time to recover. But the gentleman fought in May, got KO'd in the 7th. September, he's fighting again. No way.
But the Ghana boxing said they cleared him and they are done. Everything is fine.
No.
The boxer went home. They cleared him to go home. So we should be circumspect in our report.
No. The GBA, if you are listening to us,
and this was the same stance they took when Olarinwaju passed. Exactly. This was the same behavior. Oh, it was natural causes. The boxer died in the ring. It happens. These things happen. Only for us to go and investigate and find out that indeed it was only in Banugu Sports and BP that they checked before he went to fight. There was no weighing. There was no official weighing.
Nothing.
Sporty FM.
Nothing happened. No doping control. Nothing. And this is why the committee came and said, look, let's put all these things in place before we go back to boxing. But no.
Boxing is still happening.
Boxing stakeholders. They call them boxing stakeholders. Boxing stakeholders say they want their boxing. They won't agree.
Boxing stakeholders.
So we should continue like this.
Want their boxing.
No, Nathan. So we should continue like this. Boxing stakeholders, they want to have their way at the expense of the health and welfare of boxers in this country. Look, Nathan, if you are thinking about getting a world champion, if you are thinking about producing world champions like the Azumers and the Ikotes and co, Nathan, we cannot continue this boxing business. We cannot continue this boxing business the way it is being run. No way. Nathan, doesn't it surprise you that people like Azuma Nelson, Ikote, Joshua Clottey, they don't poke their nose into Ghana boxing matters? No. Has it occurred to you that these boxers never speak about Ghana boxing? They don't say anything.
They do.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
They don't regard what they say. But these are boxers.
Their input is not.
Their input is not regarded. So that's what they do. Nathan, but these are boxers when they were fighting at that high level, the highest level, dealing with some of the best promoters, the top promoters in this world, fighting some of the best pound-for-pound boxers. Most of these people who are steering the affairs of GBA today were nowhere to be found. So when they come and they recommend best practices to you, Nathan, you listen. You listen. But why? But that is not happening. What are we seeing today? When we talk, they say, oh, we want to run the GBA down. We are criticizing them too much. But Nathan, people cannot continue to die after boxing bouts. People cannot continue to collapse in boxing rings.
Of course.
Sporty FM, the voice of sport.
The sports minister must pick this matter up and fix it.
Yeah. He must.
He knows where it all started. Sports minister must fix it. And I'm very confident this will be the last time we'll be complaining about boxing not being done strictly in accordance to the rules and regulations of the sport. Thank you very much, Nathan.
So anytime we lay on, no say we be the problem song. Problem song. Problem song. Same time.
8:13. This is the Sporty Breakfast. You can send us a comment 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. Another boxer dies in the ring. We are asking, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? A committee was put together. Recommendations were made. Why are we struggling to implement the recommendations? The recommendations were put together to save people and to ensure that the sport would operate in the best possible environment. So why is it that something like this has happened? Some people say, well, it is true. The boxer didn't die in the ring. Yes, granted. But the point is this, that you can tell the amount of punishment he took. And you cannot decouple it from what has happened. Now, even if nothing happened to Baobali, the question is that why did we have two boxers of two different weights fighting each other? Right? So we are just asking, why is it that these lapses are still there? It is true, Baobali didn't die in the ring. It is true. It is true. Per the facts, yes, he didn't die in the ring. He died in the hospital or at home, according to some reports.
But whatever, Nathan, whatever would have killed the boy, if we are conducting an inquest into the death of the boy, we cannot look beyond the bout. We cannot take the bout out.
The boxing
and everything that surrounded the bout, we can't take it out. And that is what the GBA must know.
Yes.
They've released the letter. They released the statement yesterday. Nathan, let me read it.
Oh.
On the letterhead of the Ghana Boxing Authority, signed by the head of public relations, and he puts his number under it. It's not signed. I just see the dotted line. It's not signed.
Okay.
Sudden death of Ernest Akushe Baobali. With deep sorrow and pain, the Ghana Boxing Authority announces the death of light heavyweight boxer Ernest Akushe, aka Baobali, in the wee hours of today at the Lekma Hospital after a short illness.
Sporty FM.
Akushe's last appearance in the ring was a contest against Jacob Dixon at the Bukum Boxing Arena on September 12, 2025. His death comes as a big blow not only to his family and the GBA, but to the entire Ghanaian boxing fraternity. Baobali died as a warrior and currently the biggest crowd puller in the sport, with a fine personality outside the ring. Nathan, underline biggest crowd puller. Underline it.
Underlined.
Extending its condolences to the immediate family and boxing fans hit hard by the development, the GBA respectfully requests privacy for the family and loved ones in this period of misery. Signed, Head of PR, Ghana Boxing Authority. Nathan, he said, Baobali is the biggest crowd puller. Underline the word biggest crowd puller.
Yes, underlined. Biggest crowd puller.
Then you will understand why Baobali has to consistently be in the ring.
Because he's a crowd puller.
I rest my case.
8:16. You can send your comments in 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. Where does Ghana Boxing go from here? What do we do to ensure that the sport will be run in a better fashion? Boxers of two different weights are in a ring. Who sanctioned that bout? Who allowed it to happen? Who allowed it to happen? Even the refereeing, I have problems with the refereeing. I felt that the referee was a bit too lax. The referee was a bit too lax. The player was under heavy punishment. He was being battered. Right? So I expected the referee to jump in and do something. But that didn't happen. But the question still remains. The Ghana Boxing Authority cannot extricate itself from this at all. Because even if the boxer did not die in the ring, the point is, why did that promotion get sanctioned? A contest between two boxers of different weight classes? That is point number one. Point number two, why was Baobali even fighting in September when he got knocked out in May? When we know what has to be done per international best practice. We know what has to be done per international best practice. So why did we allow this to happen? That is what the GBA must come to tell all of us. Right? And in any case, why are we still doing boxing? Why? We should have placed a pause on it. We should have placed a pause on boxing to sort things out. Okay? We should have done so. And my question to the NSA, I just want to know, after the first extension, we all heard of the first extension. What about the other extension? Because the extension was for only a month. So how come the boxing people are still organizing bouts? Were they giving another extension? What about the recommendations? Were those recommendations put in place? Ringside physician, a certified one? Proper medical checks? Are all these things in place? That's what I would like to know. And the NSA should be able to give us an answer to say, oh yes, we extended the mandate. We are supervising them. We hope that they will give us an answer. Or we didn't do any of these things. We don't understand why this is happening. It is an answer we want from the NSA. And the sports ministry, we want you to keep an eye on all of this. If entities are not working, get them to work. If they are being slow, get them to hasten their actions, right? So that Ghana boxing will be better. That's what we are talking about. 8:19. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. We'll see if we can take a spot of music. All right, let's take calls. Let's take some calls. It's 8:20. Let's take some calls to 8:30, and then we move on. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. 030-279-4805. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yo, my time, my guy.
Chief, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you?
Yes, we are fine. Your name and where are you calling from, please?
Buddy, bro.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Charlie, good morning to my guy for the Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond is here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Charlie, good morning, Raymond.
Morning.
Yeah, everything cool. But this morning, why you do me like that?
Wow, what has he done?
The way they condemn my player this morning, I know they like.
Oh, who's this?
Lamine Yamal. The way they
Lamine Yamal.
I know they like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't like the way they destroy the guy for me.
He hasn't destroyed Lamine Yamal. He hasn't destroyed.
He said we have a lot of talent like Lamine Yamal in time before. But I'm not seeing that. We don't have any talent like Lamine Yamal before. Now before we are seeing that. Which player is that? Can you compare Ansu Fati to my Lamine Yamal right now? Lamine Yamal don't forget to. Lamine Yamal win a player of the year back to back.
Yeah, but he's only saying that Raymond's point was that Lamine Yamal has started well. He just wants him to be consistent. That was the point he was making. That's the point he was making.
It's a great. If you see the boy, you know that he has that talent. So the guy is a great.
I mean, I love Lamine Yamal. I pray that he gets to where his talent looks like it will take him.
That is our prayer. That's our prayer. You will get there. You will get the boy will get there.
That would be really good for football.
Come again?
I'm saying that would be really good for football if Lamine Yamal can fulfill his potential 100%. We'll all be happy.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So you see this Ghanaian thing. We are not ready to learn. No? So after that Nigeria guy, what's the name? That Nigeria person.
Olarin Waju.
The thing that happened to that guy, you don't still learn. So still, we are doing this kind of mistake. So before I want to ask you, before they put those fights, they don't do any tests and things before, like America check and things before they start the fight.
That's what we are all asking. We just want to know if it's not just any check. The standard is that you must do a proper check. You understand? That's the standard.
Yeah.
Proper check. But we don't know. We don't know for now. You know, that's why we are asking questions.
Oh, okay. It's over today. They are the head, so they have to know something. They have to find a way to do something that will help you, because we can't continue like this, bro. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. 030-279-4805. 030-279-4805. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Give us a call. What do you make of what we are discussing this morning? Issues in Ghana boxing, right? We just want the right things to be done. 054-257-1061. You can equally send us a WhatsApp message. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty 106.1 FM. Let me see if I can take this caller. Okay, it looks like we have an issue with that line. 054-257-1061. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is...
Sorry? Oh, it looks like this line is a little dodgy.
This is Sporty
054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. You can give us a call. Would love to hear from you. 054-257-1061. We have a caller on the line. Hello.
Yeah, Nathan, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, I have a little issue with the angle you are taking with respect to the boxer issue.
Okay, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is George from Lagos.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, so Nathan, you see, the boxer is a human being just like yourself and myself. You are in the ring, and then you have seen that a blow has come to you. Look, you have to take a decision over there as to whether you will continue to fight or you want to stop. Because you owe the duty to yourself and your family that you stay alive and look after your children and all that. And so if a hefty blow has come to you and you think that, no, I think I have to, lie low. Let the referee count the 10 and let me just back out. You have to take a decision. But if you stay on, and then you will say, oh, the referee, the GBA should have, at the end of the day, it is you and your family. So let's also advise our boxers, let's advise our sportsmen to hold themselves a duty to stay alive.
Okay.
For themselves first, and then for their family.
Okay. Do you know why we are asking the GBA questions?
Yeah, but what? You may be asking, but let me see this. Why are you asking the GBA questions?
Okay. So, do you know that the two boxers were not of the same weight?
I agree.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So, if any authority, for example, will you ever hear that FIFA sanctions Ghana's Black Stars to go and play against an under-17 team. Clearly, it will not happen.
It will happen.
Very good. So if I take that and I take it to boxing, there is no way a cruiserweight is almost a heavyweight. Cruiserweights are a division or two below heavyweight. And a cruiserweight is fighting a lightweight. A contract gets to the sanctioning body. The sanctioning body looks at this and allows the bout to happen. Clearly, we have to ask questions. So who puts brilliant? So who puts the boxer in the ring? That's the question. So we can say that the boxer has to protect himself. The question is that the entity who allowed the boxer to get into the ring is ultimately responsible.
At the end of the day, whatever that you are going to do and repeating lapses and all that, I mean that yes. And
you see, we ask because you see, in boxing, once the authority doesn't give you the clearance to fight, you cannot enter the ring on your own accord.
Yes, I agree. But by that time, we are in this together. You are blaming, the GP and all that. Like the fundamental still remain. Yes, we can force them for.
That is my point. The point is that you see, no boxer gets up to go fight by themselves. Do you understand?
I agree. But don't you also understand my point that at the time the boxer realized that no, I'm in a wrong match, can't he take a decision on his own?
Well,
he should be able to do so to avoid this is basic and it's avoidable.
You see,
and we wouldn't be here talking about this at all.
You see,
even the first one, the committee that was set up,
yes,
these things have not been. You know the way we do our things here. If we are going to rely on committees' reports and its implementation, trust me, it will never going to happen. It was never going to happen. And for how long? Look at all the committees that we've set up from May 9 disaster till now. We haven't, the implementation has been very slow. And so I think that we owe it as a duty as boxers on our own to take, the defensive mechanism to prevent some of the things. That would be one point.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. 8:29. Let's take two more calls and then we move on. We'll talk some football and then we'll talk some swimming. Our very good friends from the Swimming Association are joining us a little later. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Sporty FM.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Nathan. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Katel. I'm calling from Asuchari.
Okay, please go ahead.
I've congratulated the best in the world for winning USA. That is Chelsea. We dance to United to hit up the next target. Those last 3 minutes, let's talk about this boxing. A boxer doing or fighting and having weight. That was last 3 minutes, and you complain about this. The new administration has come in, and the new government have come in, and we are still doing that. Then we need to ban the boxing because we can't be using our tax-paying money to be making some kind of atmosphere for us. Then it is best that they share the money to the youth in Ghana. Because yesterday, these politicians have go to the street to demonstrate about some kind of items which is not supposed to be. We are fighting. We come and put a boxer, a heavyweight duty with a light duty. Where do you hear this matter? How can it join electricity power to from life to life together? Do you want to kill yourself or do you want to burn the country? Later, my people, they are joking. We will fight against this. We can't be in a country that we not have ways to talk.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. We'll take one more call and then we proceed. This is the Sporty Breakfast. As I said, we'll talk some swimming a little later. For those who love swimming, we'll talk about swimming a little later. Let me take our final call for this segment. Hello?
Hello?
Sporty FM.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Nathan. This is Otunfo.
Yes, Otunfo.
Okay,
all right.
But Nathan, funny how, we just
call on, sports shows and then feel like, we can just, be defending things that need to be criticized. It's very serious. Though. I don't know why, you even made mention of the fact that negligence has cost us a lot. And you made reference of May 9th and, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
When something goes on wrong in boxing, who is to blame? No, Nathan, maybe you may have to educate me.
Yeah.
Something goes on wrong in boxing. Who is to blame?
Of course, the regulatory body.
There is no ambiguity about the fact that the TBA is not doing their work well. And the funny thing is, no disrespect to all these boxes, but Nathan, so these guys are hungry. So if you allow them, they will fight 10 times in a year. Even if they get knocked down, if you allow them, they will fight 10 times a year. Provided that they are going to fight and then make about 5 or 10,000 or 3,000 crowns.
Yeah.
So you see, that is the reason why there is an entity called TBA to keep all these guys in check. You understand? And with boxing, you don't need to be too educated to become a boxer. So that's why I'm saying no disrespect to anybody. Educated to know what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do. So if you that regulatory body that you are supposed to be doing all these things, you don't put things in check. Come on. And then we will begin to tell people for this Ghana year. We play too much. We are putting people's lives on the line and Baubali, I know say Padi and but we are the light invite. You understand? And the light invite the way the guy Nathan, and they like Baubali. As I hear the Baubali guy, Charlie, Nathan, he really hits me hard.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But Charlie, people really have to account for whatever nonsense they are doing it. Charlie, thanks to you guys.
All right. Thank you. We'll put a lid on the calls for now. $8:34. All right, we'll see if we can take a spot of music just to, cool the engines down. So what?
Sporty FM.
This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Ray, we've been joined on the line by Lord Edward Coleman. Lord Edward Coleman is with Sports Education and Management Promotions. They promoted, or they were the people who put together the boxing event. The boxing event that had Baubali fighting Dixon. Right, and days later this incident has happened. So let's see if you can get some answers from Mr. Coleman. Lord Coleman, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing very great, sir.
Have our condolences, sympathies on the passing of Baubali. He was on your bill a few weeks ago, and yesterday we got hit with the sad news.
Like I said, thank you so much, and God bless you for the opportunity and the broadcast on the air. Like
Great.
you were saying, the Sports Education and Management Promotion had a fight, I think, recently ago, which the members was Bout and the Beast.
Okay.
And after the fight, Bout was complaining that he's not feeling well. So they had to rush him to the hospital on that Saturday. After the fight on Friday and Saturday, so we took him to the hospital, and he was at the hospital for 2 days. He was dripping and all that stuff. He was discharged to the house, and I think later, 5 days, he was complaining back again that he's vomiting. Then we have to take him back to the hospital. And when we took him to the hospital, and that is the end of Bahubali, we just lost him yesterday around 2 a.m. midnight. So that was what happened, and we're all mourning.
Wow, this is really sad. Have our condolences once again. Lord, I just want to find out something from you. After the bout, were there any medical checks that were done? Did he go through any mandatory medical exam to ensure that he was fine, after he finished fighting?
In boxing, as you speak, in Ghana boxing, what we do is we do medicals before the main bout. For the main event. So a week before the weigh-in or the main bout, the Ghana Boxing Authority will authorize the promoter, as me, the promoter who's organizing the fight, go and get a medical report from where Ghana Boxing Authority have sanctioned you to at the Kolebu. So all your boxers, if they are 10 bouts, 20 bouts, they all have to go to the medicals, and the promoter will pay for all their medicals.
Okay.
And make sure the medical they do outside, you do the same thing here in Ghana. All the medical will compile it, and you bring it to Ghana Boxing Authority, and they will confirm from the hospital where they ask you to go before your fight will be sanctioned and before the weigh in the fight. So we did all these processes, we did everything. What we're supposed to do, we have done all. The Ghana Boxing Authority have sanctioned the fight is coming on, we did the weigh in and all that stuff. Everyone is fit. If you can see, it went up to 8 rounds before it was knocked. So, but after that, we don't do, like you were saying, we don't do something like that. But the SCM promotion, Sports Education and Management, have already come out with something last year that they wanted to examine all the boxers, not even if you have a fight or you don't have a fight, before and previous. Those who are former and now boxers wanted to go through all their system because of these lapses. So like we were saying, after boxing, we don't do medicals. We do before, but after that, we don't do medicals.
I see. So you didn't do any medical. So you didn't do any medical after the bout?
No, we don't do any medical after the bout. Unless you have a next fight before you go and do medicals again. If there's no fight, you don't do medicals.
I see. I mean that from what I know, the global standard or international practice you do before and after is to check if everything is fine, and then you can rest and then fight. Anyway, I just want to find out something. At which weight or in which weight was Bahubali fighting in, or what was his weight? What was his weight division going into the bout?
His weight is super middleweight.
His weight is super middleweight.
Exactly, but because he was challenging the beast is in crucial weight, so he has to jump from super middleweight to crucial weight to go and fight his opponent, the beast.
Okay, so
his weight, it was a different weight.
It was a different weight, so he had to go from super middleweight to cruiserweight.
Exactly, because it was challenging. So wherever the person is, if you agree, I'm super middleweight, I'm light heavy, or I'm heavyweight, and I feel like challenging you, therefore you have to do my weight and come over. So if you can do my weight, fine. If you cannot do my weight, I'll come down and come and beat you there.
Okay,
so it depends the boxer and the coach.
Okay, so did Bahubali make the weight? Did he make the correct weight before going into the ring?
100%.
He made the correct weight.
The crucial weight, if you don't make too much, you have to eat more and be heavy because you are going to the top. So it is only the beast who have to do the weight and make sure he has a percentage of his crucial weight. And also Bahubali has to be eating and making big because he's going to the top.
Interesting.
Anyway. So the opponent has to maintain his crucial weight.
Okay. And then Bahubali has to move up to meet him there.
Exactly.
Lord, let me tell you, let me ask you something. As you were watching the bout, I'm sure you must have noticed that Baobali was not as strong as Dixon. Did you observe that?
No, but because of weight category, Dixon is very stronger than Baobali. But if you are a boxer and you feel like challenging someone and your coach is ready to groom you to that way, why not? So like you were saying, but you can't compare because as I speak, Baobali was leading. He was leading from round 1, round 3, round 4, round 5, up to round 8 before he was knocked. So no one is looking at whether the weight is higher than him or low, or because he was winning, and we all know that he's winning. But because of, we don't know what happened, just all of a sudden, the winning turn after down to him.
Okay.
So assuming he continued jabbing the way he was going back and forth, he was taking his point. But now Baobali has won, and we don't know what's going to happen after the fight. So,
okay, Lord, Joshua Clottey, former IBF welterweight champion, he was saying that, or he has been saying that Baobali took the bout without the approval of his coaches, or he went behind his coach to take the bout. Do you know anything like that, or what do you know of Baobali's preparation for the bout? Do you have an idea of how he was getting ready for this bout?
What he is saying wasn't true. You see, these are some of the things I love you people to be on air and make sure you clarify all these mistakes. As a professional boxer or a well-titled holders, sorry to say, my suggestion. Look at most of the. Let me use Partey as an example. Partey was playing Arsenal. Partey know where he was coming from. When Partey was playing Arsenal, Partey had to come down on his birthday to come and do a charity match. So ask most of the professional boxers who are no more professional, have they been promoting boxing? Have they been supporting boxers? And a whole professional, you have to, how can a boxer go and fight with the high coach, a big tension fight like this? Before you fight the box, you fight your coach. You call the coach first. When you discuss with the coach will connect you to the boxer management. You can't go straight to the boxer management. You go through the coach because coach knows the condition of the boxer. So if the coach will confirm, this guy will beat him, then
okay.
They will give you the manager's number.
Mm-hmm.
So through the coach, you contact the management. Then you agree on best because something best means money.
Yes.
How much am I charging? 1 city, 2 city, 3 city, okay, fine. I'm taking 100 cities, 200 or whatever. Then the coach, the management will come back to the coach. Then the coach and the management will discuss, let's take this amount because I'll need this amount to prepare the boxer. So I see they prepare boxer, your training, your eating, your injection and back and forth. See cycle, how you are fit, what can we do to be fit and all that stuff. So it's between the coach and the management.
Okay.
So the coach of Baobali called Wadada, everybody knows him. So the Wadada will communicate with the Baobali management. So after doing that, then they will say, okay, this is the best. Then you, the promoter, you bring part payment of the money that they agree on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a part payment of the money that will take you to your process. Then after the main part, when you are done, they will give you a balance. That's how it is.
Okay.
If anyone says that.
Mm-hmm. No, please finish. Please finish. Then I ask my next question.
Anyone is saying the Baobali coach is not aware. Attention fight. Look at the coach. We all had a mortuary with the coach yesterday. It was the same coach who took him from the ring to the hospital. It was the same coach who kept him, who slept behind him at the hospital for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same coach who discharged him to the house. It was the same coach who asked him to come back for review.
Okay.
So how can a patient fight the coach is not aware of that? That's some things we don't have to say on air. You see, that's why I use Partey as an example. Partey was a footballer. He has not retired yet. But every year is where we have to come back to Ghana and come and do charity. What's the charity? By organizing a football match, make sure you get a talented person like him. That's what he uses his money for. So other boxers who have completed, I don't want to mention names, who are world champion, who they have what they have, are they be promoting boxing? Are they be supporting boxing? Ask yourself. And I'll ask them, if they have been supporting boxing, they should bring a proof.
Okay.
Look at Cristiano Ronaldo, look at Messi, all of them. They do all. Most of them talk boxing. They do donation. Ask them what have they been doing for Ghana Boxing Authority. Ask them.
Sporty FM.
Anyway, Lord,
or Juvenile or Ghana Boxing Federation. Ask them what they have been doing for them. The youth who have been coming.
Lord, you said something a few minutes ago. I just want you to clarify. You were saying that Baobali's coach took him to the hospital, from the ring to the hospital? Yeah.
Yes, after the fight, he was complaining, so the coach had to send him to the hospital on Saturday. He was admitted for 3 days.
Okay, so he went to the hospital the coach took him to the hospital on Saturday, which was the day after Okay.
Exactly.
And they were there for 3 days.
Come again?
And they were there for 3 days, like you're saying.
He was there he was there before he was discharged because the doctor said he had to get more drip and relax.
Okay, why did the doctor say that he needed more drip?
Because he has been vomiting. He has been vomiting, and there are some, I think, 1 or 2 medicals that he has to examine for. So, once he fought, it's a patient fight. If he has to go out and come back, most of the boxers, when he say this, they say that. When he say that, they say, so the doctor has to advise that he should keep him for 3 days so that all medical exams will be going through him over there. So that you know that, okay, you've done this stuff, you've done this. Like you were saying, you have to go through different type of tests and see what is causing the vomiting.
Did the doctor finally find why he was vomiting?
No, because they said he liked eating sweet too much. So he should stop eating that sweet. That's why he was discharged, to go and see whether he will come back again. So it was review that was going for review when they took him to Lekman and he lost his life.
I see. So which hospital did they go to first? That Saturday morning, where did they go?
That's Seaview. It's at Jamestown.
Oh, Seaview. Okay.
Seaview. From Seaview, he was discharged. Then he has to go back for review. So the review, the family has to take him to Lekman. That was where he lost his life. Okay.
You mentioned that it was a tension bout. It was a tension fight. Were they fighting for a title, or it was, what?
No.
Or it was a grudge match?
Bawale lost recently with one coffee, and the Beast also lost recently with white man.
Yeah.
And people were saying, so most of you will lose because you are not strong, heavy, and whatever. So it's supposed to be on tight, but it was a normal contest. Why? Because it was 10 rounds. We wanted to prove the Monaco. Who is the Monaco? So, like I said, if I say tension means they are the current boxers in Ghana now.
Yeah.
And I speak to you when it comes to super middleweight and cruiserweight.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. And this fight has been there for a long.
I see. The fight had been cooking for a long time.
For a long time.
So it was a grudge match. So it was a grudge match.
Exactly. Grudge match. So they were looking for a promoter to do that. When I came across and I want to do that fight.
Okay. Lord, I want to find out something. Immediately after, because I saw the video, when Baobali went down in the ring and all of that, was there any doctor there to do the initial check on him that, okay, everything's okay, but we'll take him to a hospital? Was there any doctor ringside to just check if everything was fine immediately after the bout?
Yes, please. Before the bout, the Ghana Box Authority will provide a special doctor with an ambulance. There's a doctor and nurses over there, 3 doctors and nurses, and plus ambulance.
Okay.
And first aid. Yeah, so as you can see, some of them, when they stopped the fight, the doctor came into the ring and asking and checking. The doctor said, no, the referee is right. Assuming the doctor wasn't confirmed, they will not allow the fight to stop. You see them throwing. That's the reason why they normally throw stones and mineral and their chairs and all that stuff. But thank God, SCF promotion came with the military officers and made sure the fight was very calm. If you can testify, SCF promotion, sports education management came with the military officers, so the place was calm. They guide the doctors, they protected the doctors, they all checked, everybody was okay. They give their verdict and they all left home. So after when he left home, it was done Friday morning to Saturday. Yeah, exactly. So when he went home and went and changed and bath and everything before he started vomiting, then the coach had to bring him back to the hospital.
I see. Lord, just finally, I mean, I've seen the highlights. I've watched the videos. I know people who were there and all of that. Some people think that because of, as you said, Dixon is a cruiserweight, so he will have more power and all. Some people think that maybe the bout should have been stopped earlier. What do you think? Do you agree with that idea that maybe the referee should have stopped the bout earlier, just looking at how much of, how many punches he was landing on Baobali at the time?
No, Baobali was not taking a punch. He was taking one punch, just one after the another. Baobali was leading. If you were there and people were there, they have to testify.
Okay.
You can play back to the video and see. Babali was losing first round, second, and Dixon took over third round. Babali took fourth. Dixon in fifth, 6, 7, 8 was leading by Babali. So it was the 8th round that we are going for 10 rounds, so we have only 6 minutes more. So if the 8th gone, it will be 9 rounds and the 10, and that's the end of the fight. So just imagine if Azumi wasn't knocked out, Babali was going to the 10th round and win the fight. And you can testify.
I saw the video, but Lord, I saw that his face was swollen.
Oh no, as for that's how his face is. I can send you,
that's how his face is.
As of Babali, I can send you pictures of his face or pictures of him. You can see the face. That's the Babali's face. The face is like that already, but not the punch.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the punch. His face wasn't swollen because of the punch.
No. As of Babali, he knows the face is. If you know Babali, always the face is like the face.
I see. Lord, have you heard from Dixon? Has Dixon said anything? Has he sent you any message after he heard the news?
I was with him yesterday because I'm a promoter.
Yes.
And I'm also close to most of the two of them are my guys.
They are your guys, okay.
Exactly. I'm very related with them very, very well. Not because of boxing. We are very good in terms, as you know.
Okay.
I am a sports administrator. I do so many boxing stuff. And like you were saying, I mean myself, I'm believing God to become a president in the near future. So I contested 2024, but it doesn't go well on my documentation.
Okay.
So I'm believing God in 2028. I'll just come back again to, win the flag for National Youth Party Ghana. So all the youth, all the boys that is the reason why I did this fight, because they know what Lord Coleman can do for the youth when it comes to Ghana, especially the grassroots, the Ghana boys.
Okay, I was asking what Dixon, what is Dixon's reaction? How is he feeling?
He didn't came out when he heard the news on that door. He was in the house. He came around 4:35. When he came, when he came, I, coach, and other 3 boxers, 1 matchmaker, went to the hospital with the family to went make sure the body is safe. He died at Lekma.
Yes.
So we have to transfer him from Lekma to Kolebu. So we did all this. So on our way coming back, we met Dixon. And he was saying, sorry, really was one of those things where they will start to spoke and he left. And the last night he called me, that promoter, I need to see you. I said, don't worry, we are all believing God and see. So that's what happened.
Okay. Lord, thank you so much. But before you go, my colleague is Raymond Yamado is here. So he has a question. So the next voice you hear will be my colleague Raymond's voice.
Okay.
Lord, quick one. You said the lead Baobali is a super middleweight.
Yes, please.
So he had to move up about 14 kilograms to make the weight at 90 for the cruiserweight bout. Is that correct?
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
Please.
I just wanted to confirm, because I just wanted to be sure indeed he made the weight.
He moved from super middleweight to cruiserweight.
Right. So that was a 14 kg jump.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, Lord, thank you so much. Have our condolences, and we'll keep in touch. If there are any updates, we'll keep in touch so we can share updates with.
We are waiting for the doctor post-mortem, and maybe we'll let people know the cause of the death. So
okay.
We are still on it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, and have our condolences once again. Yes. So that was Lord Edward Coleman. He's CEO of the trying to get the full name for you, Sports and where's this name? Apologies, listeners. I'm just trying to get you the name.
So Nathan,
so he was part of the promotion, that Sports Education and Management Promotions.
Okay.
Lord Edward Coleman, CEO of Sports Education and Management Promotions.
So Nathan, you know why I asked that question? Do you know why I asked that question? If you realize that a lot of boxers move up weight. It is not wrong to move up weight. Okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with moving up weight.
Of course.
But when you see the manner in which they do it, there's a reason why it's gradual. So, from bantamweight, if you move to super bantam, it's a difference of 2 kg. If you move from super bantam to featherweight, it's a difference of 2 kg. You get it. Then you again move from lightweight from super featherweight to lightweight, 2 kg. From lightweight to super lightweight, you are doing again 2 kg there. Super lightweight to welterweight, you are doing about 3 kg. Welterweight, super welterweight to middleweight, again, you are doing about 3 kg there. 3, 2. So it's always 3, 2. You move up with. So that's why a boxer will dominate welterweight, super welterweight, middleweight, and then possibly super middleweight.
Yeah.
So that process is gradual. So they tell you a boxer has won titles in 4 weight classes.
Yes.
That's now, isn't it curious that a boxer moves from super middleweight?
Super middleweight, for listeners, is between 76 and 79 kilograms.
Thank you.
When I say that, people get it.
And then
between 76 and 79.
Yeah. So even 79, you've moved into light heavyweight.
Okay. So what? 76.
Yeah. So 76.
76. Yes.
So between 76 and 90 kg to make that cruiserweight, and you expect a boxer to go into the ring against a boxer who is in his natural weight class and perform. Clearly, Nathan, that was cruel.
So he went from what, like 72?
So he did almost a 14 kg weight to go into the heavy.
So he moved from like 72 kg, if I'm what I'm reading.
So 72,
from like 72,
so 72 kg is the upper limit for middleweight.
72 is upper limit
for middleweight.
Okay, but this is what he was a super middleweight.
So he did 70. So he was at 76.
Okay, 76.
And he had to move all the way to 90.
To cruiserweight is 90. So 14.
Wow.
So he had to jump 14 kilos.
Wow.
And Mr. Coleman claims he made the weight.
Also, he's eating.
Well, for our listeners, you can go on our stream there's an illustration of the various weight divisions in boxing, just to give you an idea of what we are talking about. Okay, just to give you an idea of what we are talking about. So the clip or the picture has flyweight to heavyweight, the various categories, right? So you can have an idea of what we are talking about. Somebody was weighing 76 kg.
Yeah.
He had to put on 14 extra kilos to fight in a ring. Clearly he was,
clearly a lighter weight fighting a heavyweight, because Dixon has fought at Bridgerweight before.
Bridgerweight
is between
90 and 101, almost 102.
Yeah, 102. So that's how heavy the boxer is. He's been able to make weight at that level, at the heavyweight. You know, Nathan, some of these things, but well, we'll rest our case.
Yes.
We'll
for now,
we'll do some swimming.
We'll do our follow-ups. But let's get into the pool.
He confirmed to you that it was a grudge match.
Yes, he did say it was. Like I said, a tension match.
That's how bouts are organized there. So you know, they just want to see the fighter.
We called the manager.
And he said when he came, he wanted to make that fight happen. You heard him.
Now he said a day after the gentleman wasn't. So you see, clearly something went wrong.
Something went off.
Because if after the bout he went to the hospital, he was admitted for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Then he came back, went again, and then.
And the promoter is telling you there's no protocol where they have mandatory post-bout.
Yes, he says so. The promoter confirms that they didn't do any post-bout examination.
But the boxer said he wasn't well, so he was taken to hospital.
Yo, 9 on the dot. As for us, we'll keep an eye on that. But let's get into the pool. Let's do some swimming. We have Dr. Frederick Boama joining us. He's the LOC chairman for Africa Aquatic Zone 2 Junior, Senior, and Masters Swimming Championships. Dr. Boama, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
Yes, we are fine. Wonderful. Tell us a bit more about the Africa Aquatic Zone 2 Junior, Senior, and Masters Swimming Championships. When is it happening? How has the organization been, right? So just give us some context, and then we'll build a conversation from there.
Okay. Thank you very much. So this year's Africa Aquatic Zone 2 Swimming Championships is going to be held at the Buktaman Aquatic Center from the 3rd of October to the 5th of October 2025. Now, this championship was originally supposed or was meant to be hosted by Nigeria.
Okay.
But belatedly, Nigeria could not put itself together to be able to host the championship.
Okay.
And Ghana, being a credible partner of Africa Aquatics, was given the nod to host the championship sometime in June this year. So from June till now, we've been at putting things together to ensure that Ghana once again would be able to host a championship that will make the nation proud and produce the necessary or needed outcomes.
Great. You mentioned, okay, zone 2. So which countries are in zone 2? And what's the overall aim? What are we trying to qualify for a world championship? I just want to understand the context of this in relation to larger swimming competitions.
Okay. Thank you. So when we talk of zone 2, we are basically talking about West and Central Africa. So in swimming, Africa Aquatics has divided all the Africa zones into 4 zones. So we are in zone 2, comprising of the countries of West and Central Africa.
Okay.
Now, West and Central Africa, in terms of the number of countries who have traditionally participated in the zonal competition, usually hovers around 22 countries.
Okay.
So this year we are expecting 22 countries from West and Central Africa to converge in Accra to participate in this 3-day event.
That's a large number.
Indeed, it is.
I see. And how many athletes are we expecting in all? Or how many swimmers? Let me put it that way. How many swimmers are we expecting in all?
So for the 3 categories of swimming or levels of swimming, which is the juniors, the seniors, and the masters, we are expecting from last year's projections, we are expecting approximately 200 swimmers to come into Accra. In addition to that, we are also expecting a contingent of officials from the various countries, including the Africa Aquatics Bureau, who would also come and witness and support the event.
I see. When you mention these categories, I'm sure they are marked off by ages, right?
That is correct.
So when you say juniors, how old are we looking at? Seniors and then masters.
Okay. So when it comes to the juniors, we are basically looking at the ages of 14 to 18.
14 to 18.
14 to 18.
Interesting.
But
in my mind, I thought lower. I thought we were talking about younger swimmers.
Okay. So 14 to 18. But if you paid attention to what happened in Singapore just a few months ago, you would have realized that a 12-year-old Chinese swimmer was allowed to swim.
Okay.
So you are allowed to swim up, but you are not allowed to swim down.
Okay.
So depending on the time that you do, if you do a qualifying time for an event,
of course, then
even though you may not be 14, you may be allowed to swim.
Yeah. So swimming is a time sport. So if you can make the time, you do it. Okay, so that's for the juniors.
That's for the juniors.
And then the seniors?
Now the seniors, obviously, from
18
to basically seniors. Some of the older swimmers I have known or seen are in their 20-somethings, and some have even entered their 30s. And if you remember, sometime this year, World Aquatics says that it is bringing 50 sports or 50 events to the World Aquatic or World Championships. And so you would have swimmers who have gone on retirement saying that they are coming back into the pool. You know, but masters typically will start from 30 upwards.
30 upwards.
Yes.
Great. So what's on the table in terms of prizes, rewards? Are there qualifying places for big, some of the other competitions on the table?
So Africa Aquatics or Ghana, when we were given this opportunity, put in a request that World Aquatics approves this event as a qualifier for the World Championships, the short course. So in swimming, we have long course and short course.
Yes.
What is going to happen in Accra is a long course event.
Okay.
Meaning the pool length is 50 meters.
Okay.
Now there will be a World Championships next year, which is a short course World Championship,
Okay.
which we have approval from World Aquatics that this would be a qualifier for it.
For the short course World Championships.
Don't forget also next year is also going to be the Junior Olympics, which is for the first time going to be held in Dakar on the African continent. So this would also serve as a qualifier for our junior swimmers to be able to participate in that event.
Great. For Team Ghana, do we have swimmers across these categories in all three, juniors, masters, and juniors, seniors, and masters? Do we have swimmers?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And that's why we are proudly hosting this event to showcase the talent that Ghana over the years has nurtured. Indeed, across the junior category, we have quite a number of very enthusiastic, very competitive and outstanding swimmers. So you can talk of names like Michael Crabman, Tamba Akin Buama, you can talk of Odume J, you can talk of quite a number of them.
I've seen them swim a number of times.
And indeed, they've made us very proud in most of these events. Across the seniors, a name that often will not escape when we talk about Ghana swimming is Abeku Jackson. You also have Harry Stacy, you have Joselle, you have Nubia, and quite a number of them who are making us proud, both within regional competitions and across international platforms. So indeed, Ghana is very ready to showcase the talent that over the years the Federation has nurtured to put Ghana out there on the swimming map.
Wonderful. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061. I have Dr. Frederick Boama, LOC chairman for the Africa Aquatics Zone 2 Junior, Senior and Masters Swimming Champs. We have been joined by Aishatu Farida Idris. She's an LOC member and Vice President of Africa Aquatics Zone 2. She's also joining us on the line. Aishatu, good morning. Can you hear me? Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Good morning, Nathan.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Boama is here. We are chit-chatting about the upcoming event. I just want to be, I'm curious, can you just run listeners through how the competition will unfold? It's happening between the 3rd and 5th. So can you just give us an overview of how each day will pan out, just looking at the large number of swimmers and all 22 countries? Just take us through an overview of what each day of competition is likely to look or how it will look like on the day.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say good morning to our able LOC chairman, Dr. Boama. So the schedule from the 3rd to the 5th will be in 2 sessions. So in the morning, we will have from 10 a.m. to 12 noon for the morning session. The evening session will start from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. so that at least it gives the swimmers some time to take lunch and to have rest. Although competitions start at 5 p.m., the pool usually will be open at 3 p.m. for swimmers to do their warm-ups, their training, and take time to wear their fast skin, because someone can do a minimum wearing of a fast skin for about 20 to 30 minutes to just wear the swimming costume. And the competition swimming costume is special, so we call it the fast skin. And so we give them time to be able to do or go through these processes before the event starts. So from the 3rd, we have morning and evening, but the 3rd, we have the opening ceremony, so it means that we start earlier than all the days. The second day, which is the 4th, will be still the morning and evening session, 10 to 12, and then 5 to 7. The last day will usually be the same, but sometimes on the last day too, we start at 4 p.m. and then end at 6 p.m. to be able to do some trophy and then closing ceremony, so that swimmers, some might depart on that day or the next day. So we try as much as possible to do the last day evening session earlier than the previous days.
Okay, I mean, it sounds interesting. When should we start expecting the contingents or swim teams to land in Ghana ahead of the competition? When are you expecting them to start arriving?
So our expectation is to get the first group arriving on the 1st of October. So far from the arrivals and departures we've received is the 1st of October. We'll get almost about 45% or 50% of the delegation arriving on the day, and the rest will arrive on the 2nd of October.
I see. Quite interesting. Doc, let me come back to you. Let me just ask you this. How has it been from an organizational standpoint, putting all of this together? Just run us through, some of the things you've had to do to ensure that Ghana will be ready to host all these countries and all these swimmers and officials who are coming for this very important competition.
Thank you very much. So, as I said initially, Nigeria was supposed to host this competition, and due to some reasons or challenges they had, they declined the opportunity to host. So, as I said, Ghana since 2020 has successfully hosted at least 3 or 4 major swimming events, and so the lot fell on Ghana. Based on previous capacity and experiences in delivering credible competitions. Obviously, the timelines have been very short and brief. And to organize such a major competition, so we've had to deal with quite a number of challenges. But from an organizational point of view, we've had some support from the responsible ministry, from the National Sports Authority, so which has made our life a bit easier. The Ghana Swimming Association has also shown us a lot of support in terms of providing us the guidance to be able to shorten the learning process, as it were, to be able to stage a competition of this nature. What has been quite challenging, though, would be funding. And I believe from where you sit, most sports federations will come here, and one of the key things that they would talk about is money. Because Africa Aquatics will give you the privilege of hosting with no financial backing, because they believe that by hosting you are bringing a lot of opportunities into your country. If we had a bit more time, perhaps we could have been able to perhaps commercialize a few aspects of the event to be able to attract money. But so far, we've had some goodwill also from the swim community and sometimes some corporate organizations who have no connection at all with swimming, but because we tell our story that we need their help and it's an emergency, they've come through for us in ways that we didn't anticipate. So in terms of organizing it, we've put in place a number of committees that are also working from, so quite apart from the LOC, we've also put in place subcommittees that are working on specific aspects of the competition to be able to support the LOC's work in this regard.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are wrapping up our conversation. If you just tuned in, this is the Sporty Breakfast. My name is Nathan Kwame. Monyamado is here with me. We have Dr. Frederick Boama, LOC chairman for the Africa Aquatic Zone 2 Junior, Senior and Master Swimming Champs, and Aisha Farida Idris. She's a member of the LOC and vice president of the Africa Aquatic Zone 2. She's joining us on the line, and we are talking about the Africa Aquatic Zone 2 Junior, Senior and Master Swim Champs happening at the Boteman Aquatic Center from October 3 to 5. From October 3 to 5. Let me take concluding thoughts from Aisha. Aisha, as we wrap it up, are there any entities you want to give a shout out to, in terms of those who have been giving you support? What will be your final words as we wrap up the interview?
I think I'll relay that to Dr. Boama to do the thanks. But just like you said, funding has been a little bit of a challenge. So we'll use the opportunity on your medium to speak to corporate Ghana that it's not too late. Whatever that they can come in to support. It can be in cash, it can be in kind, it can be in souvenir form to bring us to be able to host a very memorable event in Ghana. Because for the Masters edition, this is the second time we are hosting it, and no country has been able to ever host a competition that has a Masters to it. So it's been a little bit challenging, but we are doing our possible best. So we call on corporate Ghana to help us to host this competition successfully. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Aishatu Farida Idris, LOC member and Vice President of Africa Aquatics Zone 2. Doc, final words as we wrap up. Can the public come to watch?
That is so. So we are using this medium to invite everybody in Ghana. It doesn't matter where you are. We are giving you advance notice that it would be our pleasure to host you from the 3rd to 5th of October. Swimming is an exciting sport, and we can assure you, you will not regret you came through. Now, come along with your kids as well, because swimming nurtures in these children something that I believe is invaluable. In swimming, the kids learn to win, learn to lose, manage their emotions, their health improves, their competencies in school, and this is backed by research.
Yeah.
So swimming allows the creation or the support of or building of a complete or holistic human being. So we believe that swimming is one of those sports that can nurture the next generation for us in terms of their capacity to sustain competitions, compete and lose and win and manage all these emotions that sometimes becomes a problem in adult life. The health benefits obviously are also immeasurable. So we encourage everybody to come. Particularly, I would want to say a big thank you to the Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana, who has agreed to be our special guest of honor.
Okay, that's wonderful.
The Minister of Youth and Sports would also be present, as well as the President and members of the Africa Aquatic Zone 2 Bureau. It is our expectation that those who have supported us, surprisingly, a number of corporate organizations who have supported us, when we say we are going to give them recognition, they say no. They say no. So for now, I have nobody to mention yet.
You just want to thank everybody who has supported.
We want to say a big thank you to them. We don't take their support for granted, and we hope. And Ghana has been given the right to host yet another one, which is for the whole of Africa. All the 54 countries of Africa participating would be in Accra once again next year. So we are looking at using this as an opportunity to build partnerships. So for those who have supported us, we believe that that would offer you even a much bigger platform, and in future allow us to mention your name so that you'll be known for the good deeds you are doing quietly. But with that, the invitation, the support of the community, Ghana should come and support the event to make it memorable.
Wonderful. Can you just mention the venue once again for somebody who may have just tuned in and has heard this but doesn't know where the event is happening?
Okay, thank you. So the event is happening at the Boteman Aquatic Center. Now, if you want to attend, just hit the motorway, do the Abattoir Junction underground, and get to the other. If you are coming from Accra, just get to the other side of the road and ask for Boteman Aquatic Center or the sports complex. I believe that, or use Google Map, it would take you, and from the Abattoir, it shouldn't take you more than 5-10 minutes, depending on your drive speed, to be able to get there. From Tema, then you just branch off right from the Abattoir Junction, and in 5-10 minutes also you are in Boteman. From Race Junction and the rest, you just come straight. It will take you to the junction that turns, and you'll find our banner there. So it should give you some sense of, and if you have any challenges, just Google it, and I believe Google Map will lead you to the Boteman Aquatic Center.
Thank you so much, Doc. We wish you the very best as you get ready for this important event. And we'll be there to do our work as media, cover and spread the word and spread the gospel. Thank you. I've been speaking with Dr. Frederick Boama, LOC chairman for the Africa Aquatics Zone 2 Junior, Senior and Master Swimming Championships. And then earlier I had Aishatu Farida Idris, LOC member, Vice President of the Africa Aquatics Zone 2. So you heard October 3 to 5. If you love swimming, this is where you should be, the Baltimore Aquatic Center. Go and watch, the best swimmers from West and Central Africa slug it out in the pool. It should be fun. 9:22. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. Yesterday, the Black Starlets lost 3-0 to Cote d'Ivoire. If you didn't know, well, now you know. This is the Wafu B Under-17 Championships happening in Cote d'Ivoire. The Starlets, it wasn't a good look at all. Struggled all game. The high line destroyed the team. It just wasn't a good look. Really, it wasn't a good look at all for the Black Starlets. And now they have to get a win, a very important win against Niger. Kelvin. The Starlets have to go and get a win against Niger. Yesterday, they were absolutely outdone by the Ivorians.
They will be outdone.
The disastrous high line. I don't know why they were even playing a high line in the first place. Hey!
They wanted to. That was what they wanted, and eventually it happened that way for them. Quite unfortunate, but it just had to be. So, it was.
Sporty FM.
Remember, we started raising concerns.
Yes.
When the coaches changed.
Yes. You
and I made mention that the best thing for us is to push the under-15s who already have a synergy and chemistry and push them along, and then we make 1, 2, or 3 additions so that we don't disrupt the core of the team and break that chemistry or telepathy that they had. We didn't. And then scouting began again.
So we took a brand new team.
Thank you. A brand new team, with maybe 1 or 2 players. So scouting was done again. And then new players were sent there. That was what happened. Now you look at it, the man who is handling the under-17s himself. We spoke about him being someone who has been working and chasing results for the last couple of years. From Ebusia Dwarfs to Wafa to Asante Kotoko, back to Asante Kotoko to Black Galaxies, to the Black Stars, part of the World Cup technical team. There was no way we were seeing him as a developer. Many were saying, but this is the guy who worked with Wafa. The fundamentals, you and I know, Nathan, and most people know that the fundamentals at Wafa is not or was not the handiwork of Ogun.
No.
He was working with the seniors. Those who were supposed to be shipped out at a point and those who had matured into competition. Yeah.
But the Wafa team he handled was playing in the league.
Exactly.
They were a competitive Wafa team.
And they had the likes of Sanda. Sanda was part of the Gideon Mensah, Ashmeri Majid group who couldn't, because of injury, he couldn't progress. Like Jordan Opoku and his time with Feyenoord and when he was playing with Kalu and De Kite. Because of injury, he couldn't get to that level. They had players, Komla Benyade, and these boys were old, and then these guys were old enough, matured and playing at. But to have a developer, I don't think he is. And the signs are clear. The signs have been very clear, very evident. At this point, you are teaching these lads how to play a high line. Just look at the goals from Lefoot. I'm sure you watched one of them.
Well, I saw all 3.
All the 3. And you ask yourself, this is coaching. It is purely coaching. The Ivorians just ran through us like hot knife through butter. It was so easy. It was too simple. And I hope the FA will look at this. Fine, Ogum is best fit for that, coaching, education role. And even with that, without structures, he's not going to perform. The right structures must be put in place for him. And the 17 is gradually losing it out. Now we have a final game against what? Niger. What do we need to? We need a win, right? Mm-hmm. And if you look at the physique of our boys as compared to the Ivorians, I don't know why now the modern game has changed from just skills to applying the physical attributes of players.
The size. Look at the size of the Ivorians.
Yes.
Look at their size.
When you look at Mali at under 20, under 17 level, you look at their players.
For those who are listening, and I said it earlier, if you think that the Ivorians are cheating, the MRI, they are using it all.
There are players, you see, there is one problem. Where we go for scouting, we still have that mentality of using the height of a kid to say, oh, where do your bro 17, where do your bro 18, we want to be more than 15. That was what we used to do back in the days. When your height is at a certain level, you're like, hey, this kid there. But now the modern game suits such players. Just look at the physical attributes of players now. If you are,
not to catch you, but so looking at our team and how tiny and short they are, I'm sure somebody said, let's go for the short ones because MRI may possibly say they are younger than 7.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Because they look at the physical attributes.
So they see Nathan standing there. Nathan could be 17.
For our viewers,
Nathan could be 17.
You can find the pictures. These are the pictures of the iPhone. Look at their size.
So Nathan could be 17, but they'll say, hey, Biana MRI Cochino, say we are Broso because of his height.
But the MRI is being used at the Wafu.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. So somebody possibly suggested that let's take players who, based on the eye test, you can easily say, oh,
and if you look at the goals, Ghana lost possession and consider the goals from a physical battle.
Yeah. So they are losing the one-on-ones.
Yes, you lose the duel and then quick 2 passes because you are playing the high line. They just get in there and then they score. I don't know, but those were the times when Samade will tell you, I know you are not tall, you are not of that physique to battle your opponent. What do? Take advantage of the spaces, pass the ball quickly. Don't hold on to the ball. And I'm not sure that's what these boys were doing. If you want to look at how Ogum allows players to play, watch Vitami Duakwa. He doesn't release the ball early. He wants to. Too many touches. Yeah. When actually, if he passes and he moves into space, it would be great advantage. Just look at the boys. Just look. Then compare them to the Ivorians. Why won't they defeat them? And we'll go on to play that high line. That high line. You just don't understand. If you don't have the capability of playing high line, if you don't have the materials to play, the Hansi Flick, even Hansi Flick changed his ways. He dropped from the halfway line into the mid part of
the mid block.
No, so Kevin, are we too concerned about MRI to the extent that we are going for possibly 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds?
They are 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds with that physical attribute.
14 and 15-year-olds who are tall. And I told you that, you see, when you have conversations with people who play in this space and people, or you speak with agents, now the game has changed.
It's evolved.
The game has evolved. When the scouts come to Ghana and Africa, they are looking for like what people call physical specimens. 6'2", 6'3", right? You are looking for center backs with that height, because that already gets you into. You see that it gets your foot in the door. If you layer the football IQ on it, wonderful. Ogbami, we are in business.
Okay, so Nathan, I want to be clear on this matter. Do we have them, or maybe that's our stature? That's the best build we can get as Ghanaians. This is our best build.
But we also need to understand that if you compare us to the Ivorians, the Burkinabes, the Malians, and the Nigerians. That is where we fall short. Physically, we can't compete. So you may have all the skill in the world, but you are getting out-muscled.
Exactly.
In matches.
Okay.
You may see the likes of Baga and Estofori. They play well. You get it? Baga touches the ball and you are like, come on, this is quality.
There's a player in there.
But you need the physical guys to be the flesh around him.
Right.
So that when he loses a duel, he knows that I have physical players in there to recover for me. It's the reason why now all the teams, you may see a player with his stature and all that. Why ask yourself why Kudus has always been working on his strength? Because he knows if I'm going to hold on to the ball, I should be stronger. And my touch and my attributes must be greater than what my opponents have. You know, we see Michael Essien, we are like, hey, Michael Essien standing beside the Ayatollah, and we are like, hey, Charlie, Michael Essien, they short too. But if you put Michael Essien there and you put some of our current players there, they don't match his height and quality. That is different. But these are players of average skill, but they don't have the physical attributes to match it up. I just hope that this would be a lesson to the FA and then the scouting team and then the development path that they have for us going forward. We just hope that we can beat Niger and then make it. Because if now the likes of countries like New Caledonia are coming to play at the Under-17 World Cup, a tournament we've won twice, quality players who emerged, you know, top guys in the senior national team after their exploits at that level. Now we've lost it. We complain about not having too much quality at the senior team level. Why? Because the basics, the fundamentals have been ignored. And if you don't have the basics to build on, your eventual or main structure would always collapse. It would disintegrate.
Sporty FM.
There were coaches there. You just push them away. You bring others. And you know my stance with coaching. I always say it. If someone is not good enough at a certain level, the person is no good. Like I was talking about Amorim. He's still not achieving. I was talking about Mikel Arteta that he won't win. Arteta won't win at Arsenal because the mentality is different. It's quite sad. It's quite sad how things have panned out. But
for me, the disturbing part is the fact that like it's almost we had to go with like a new squad and not move the under-15s on because the under-15s had worked with Prekun.
Yeah.
And then we had a different set play at the African schools. But at least there was an under-15. So we could have just moved them on because they had chemistry. And then we changed. And you see,
so in this year we've changed. Two different sets.
Yeah, so
they merged it. So with the under 15s, one was the schools. Kwaku Danso was handling them, and then Prekon handled the main one from the GFA.
Yes.
So what happened was, even at the schools championship, they brought in some from Prekon's team, and they were the important figures in the team that played. Prekon was even pushing for more, but you know. There were do I say politics? Masa Minsumi team. You get that sort of vibe. Minsumi team with our players. That was it. So it was quite.
So have a lot of those players moved into this?
No.
So Nathan,
and you see now the academies are not also willing to release those players that they have because if you take the boy there. He will come back again. You know, so it's quite disturbing. It's quite disappointing. Technically, tactically, you know, we are struggling. Why? A country of this of Ghana's magnitude. Let's get players. The focus should be a national football academy once again. Fine, we may not be able to house them every now and then. But let's copy that old model that used to exist when the likes of Jonathan Mensah and then John Mensah will move from Obuase, Sule Muntai will move from Konongo, you know, the likes of Michael Essien and then likes will move from wherever they are to come and join the team for some weeks, for a month. Then they go back, they play competitions. Now he's wasted. When Milo had the under 12 and 15 soccer,
the Milo
what did the FA do to help keep that? As soon as Otia Kenten left, have you heard of us playing Milo again?
No.
What is the FA now? Is KGL. You play KGL, and at the end of the day, even the top players, the players that individual scouts.
I'm told some of the players make. So, for example, Chivanyo, I know played KGL, one or two others. But the point is that it's not just one or two players who emerge. Like usually, like they are full teams.
You see,
so we should have a wider pool.
See, and it's quite surprising that a team like Accra Lions will pick about 5 players from the KGL Championship, and now 4 of them have traveled. They've sold them, giving them a development pathway to become, marketable. How is it that the Football Association that organized it was not able to scout those talents? Or if you don't have the structure, the facilities, take them. Go put them in these academies. Strike a deal. Balance them. We want you to develop these guys for us in the next 2 years. Very good. Monitor their progress. In the next 2 years, I want to see how they will develop. I want to see how they will progress. But here there be abandoned because Patrick Fife and when we do emerge and we'll go and get them. Yes, that has been the case. It's the reason why people are neglecting us. And on Banson I just hope this will be a lesson.
I hope the Starlets will play Niger next in their third group game. Let's hope they make it, because what we saw against Cote d'Ivoire there, no. It really wasn't them. You see, I don't have problems when teams lose games, no, because under 17, as far as our chiefs, I'll tell you, it's developmental. But the point, you see, that is the place where you test yourself to see that, okay, where you see that, okay, are we doing the right things? But this business of we change coaches and then we do new scouting, then we build new teams, and then we take new teams to competition, then we come back and start all over again. And it's almost like we are truncating the process, like it's almost like cutting off the joints at every point as we go. How?
We are running a turn model at the base. We are running a scout.
But football can never develop if that's all we want to
catch
do.
And sell. Scouts catch and sell model. That is what we are running at the base.
But even that, this thing that we are doing, even that, like, does it work? Maybe it works for some people because
those sell them abroad.
I remember
they will come back.
Kelvin, I'll tell you a story. I remember a few years ago, a senior colleague of mine was telling me a story. He said he was sitting with a scout watching the under 20. This was like 2-3 years ago, watching the under 20 of the time. And he said the scout asked him, is this the best crop of under 20 players in Ghana? He said, yeah, well, that's the national team, so logically it's the best crop. Says the scout shook his head.
Yeah.
The scout shook his head and said, I can't believe this was going on.
There are all sorts of models running that juvenile level, all sorts of models. The players who belong to certain clubs who need to be showcased for people to see that, oh yes, this is my player. This player for an opportunity to go abroad. 1. 2, players who will now come in because somebody has put in a word for them. So they now come in because a hobby player. That's another one. There's a player who genuinely has talent. He'll come and do well, but people will try to turn his head to join a certain group. If not, you will never see that talent again. Kevin Meboa. There's another model where let's take the players. Let's make sure as many of them play for our satellite clubs. When they go and they excel and the scouts come for them, we are rich. So, Nathan, there's always underneath those collabs,
there's always
an interest.
There's always a commercial interest.
So how do you now get that raw talent who wants to go there, play, consistently under 17, next to under 20, how do you get that? You won't get it. And we know players who also go into those camps based on pure talent. Very good players. But because of certain decisions they make, they are dropped. For example, some of these players may be offered an opportunity to join the satellite clubs of
some people,
those who control the show. When they refuse, you are done.
So if you don't
see
agree,
national team football.
so if you don't agree,
so we in the end, a lot of those players drop out.
Yeah.
Because he also feels, if Kevin grew me to this level, and I've been spotted, now Nathan comes and tells me that I want you to become my player. Forget about Kelvin. Nathan, eventually the player will take the hard decision. Some bend and follow Nathan.
Yes.
But some will say, well, I want to stay loyal to Kelvin. That player who stays loyal to Kelvin, regardless of his talent, forget it.
you will never get an opportunity. Anyway, 9:42. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. As we said, we wish the Starlets the very best. Prosper Nategun, we beg you, no more high line, please. The high line there is dangerous. High line. And we are going to play Niger, one other very physical team.
But Ogun worked with Hansi Flick. Oh,
really?
Oh, it's not the one.
No. I don't. I
thought he was.
The only coach I know who has worked with, Euro people is Black Stars head coach. It says says he's worked with Mr. Klopp and others. So yeah.
I thought Ogun worked with Flick.
Oh no, no, not that I know. Unless you know. And
when Anaya and Ponsaki, where did he take them? The coaches. Where did he take them?
You see?
When Anaya and Ponsaki, where did he take the Kotoko coaches? I know he took them some international attachments.
Wait, who went to Sunderland? It was KK who went to Sunderland.
Yes, it was KK Sapon.
I think Anaya and then Kotoko had another partnership.
Yeah, I know they had some.
Yeah, they had another partnership.
KK Sapon's partnership was with Sunderland. That I remember.
Yes. Yeah. I think Nanaya also had another partnership with one of the Premier League clubs, right?
So wait, when your man Ogun was at Kotoko, was he playing the highline?
I don't think it was.
Maybe he's a disciple of.
I don't think he was.
He's an apostle of flick football.
But at this level, these kids, do you start playing highline with them? How great is their technical ability? And you see, these guys are kids who are being picked not from academy levels where they have some quality developmental sessions. But Nathan, credit to UDS. They've beaten the Korean University 5-2.
Oh wow!
Yes, so they made
beat
it.
South
yes,
Korea's
they've made it to the
Kyungil
semi-final.
University,
Yes, so
or
they
the
made
World
it.
University
Yes,
game.
they've made it to the semi-final. So 5-2 the game ended. I was monitoring it down there. Went up 4-1. Then they got a fifth goal. Then became 5-2. The dying embers of the game. So wonderful. I think credit to you remember Coach Tanku Shaibu.
Yes.
Formerly Karela United. Yes, he's the one in charge of the team. So,
wonderful.
So you just saw him on the touchline. You could just understand why they were turning out those results. They look like a well-coached side. So
wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, well,
UDS, congrats to you.
Yeah, they've really done well. Those who boast and pride themselves with football in Mboni Ade, Legon and KNUST, you people are sleeping. UDS is performing. Yes, my own people. That's why I'll lash out.
Kevin.
Yes.
Haven't you noticed that a lot of the players who eventually join the clubs here, South, a lot of them come from the North?
NBA,
yeah.
Yes, a lot of them. It means that if you want some of the best players, you should be thinking of going up.
Yes.
And they are the clubs. They are that part of the town. They don't have the best of facilities too.
No.
I look at Abdul Fattah Issahaku,
all the
for
top
example.
scouts stay here. Most of the scouts you find them here.
Look at Abdul Fattah Issahaku, for example. He came from up north.
Yeah, it took Stephen Odro to go and play out to you before Abdul Ganiyu. We've seen lots. Shela Alasan, Iliasu, Habib, all those guys, they came from there to come and play.
I'm not surprised UDS is playing proper football and doing well.
Alasan Mohammed, when he came to KNUST, he was from there. You know, when you see Alasan playing, he joined Kotoko, but unfortunately he couldn't survive.
Where's this guy from? Ex-Bechem player, Hafiz Wunta.
Yeah, Konkoni too came from that. I think he was a student as well.
You know,
Yes.
look at Hafiz Wunta.
So something is working up there.
Yeah.
But you see, they are under-resourced. So we
have to think a bit more.
So next time.
I mean, they said they built a technical center.
There's a technical
so hopefully
center.
they develop it into a proper academy.
Yes, so
that's what will help.
We'll be here. Tom Vernon will extend his operations up there. Oh no, yes, we'll be here. They'll extend it up there, and then you see another right to dream controlling that whole northern sector, that northern belt, and then we'll be here crying.
No, as for BA, from BA upwards, there.
There's talent.
They get players, basa.
And we've not seen most of them.
Oh yeah, they are stocked
So
when
I'm
it comes
saying
to
that. We'll be here.
comes to talent.
A JMG will possibly come to Ghana. An academy will come to Ghana. Set up there.
Generation foot.
Set up there. Get the best players. Ship them out, and we'll be here saying, "Hey," and we are here, and the white man has come, and he's come to build academy. He's taking our players. That's where all the talents are coming from. Top talents.
Anyway, congrats to UDS. Oh, I'm so happy for you. 5-2, you've beaten Kyungyo University and you are going to the semi-final of the World University Football Championship. Oh, wonderful. Go all the way. All right, this is still the Sporty Breakfast. We'll be doing our final interview. This weekend, something very important is happening at the Reach Tennis Court, Tantra Hills. That's where the changing the narrative on suicide through sports, the tennis edition, is happening. So we have on the line Gloria Boatima Ando. She's a suicide prevention activist. She's a CEO of Winglow Family International. And they have been focusing their energies on suicide, right? And, all things mental health. So this weekend they are having an event to raise awareness. And so we'll get a lot more info on that. All right, let's get to the line. Let's speak with Gloria. Gloria, good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Yes, we are fine. Thank you so much. We had an initial conversation last week. For somebody who may have missed it, let's touch on the main points. So first of all, can you just tell us a bit about Winglow Family International, what you guys do, and why you want to talk about suicide through sport, through tennis, on the 27th of September?
Great. All right. So Winglow Family International is a suicide prevention and organization where we advocate on mental health, why suicide is not an option. Because lately, from the speech from the CEO of Mental Health Authority, there's been a 40% increase on suicide in Ghana, which is something alarming that we need to talk about. So what we do at Winglow Family International is we advocate on suicide not being an option. We do campus tour, we do school tour, we do radio tour, we talk on the TV, everywhere we find ourselves to touch a life and also to speak on the fact that you don't need to give up regardless.
Wonderful. Interesting. So you've decided to propagate the message of suicide not being an option, or raising awareness concerning suicide through sport. Why did you choose tennis? I'm just curious. Why not any other sporting discipline? Why not athletics? Why not swimming? Why not boxing? But tennis?
Okay, so the reason why is tennis because I played tennis, and it was at a point where I was overwhelmed with my motherhood duty to clear my head. I learned how to play tennis, and I'm like, a lot of people come on board, a lot of people play tennis as well, and we all have our issues, and it's the best sport to actually clear your head. And I'm like, okay, then let's do something relating to tennis. Aside just talking about it, we've been doing yearly talks and all that, but this time let's put it into action because the team is changing the narrative, and we decided to change the narrative through sports and tennis edition, basically.
Wonderful. So, how will it play out? Will you have what, tennis clubs competing? And how many tennis clubs are competing, and in which categories will they be competing in?
Okay. So before then, we have a domain captain online as well.
Okay.
We are expecting most of the captains to also join online so that we can talk about it. So we'll have inter clubs activity that is a competitive game. So there'll be mixed doubles, there'll be women doubles, and there will be men's double as well. That's how it's going to be.
Okay.
Yes, and the refreshment where there's free drinks and then barbecue for us to also connect and basically to enjoy the day and get to know more people and also clear your head. There will be talks on suicide prevention. The Tennis Federation president will be there to give us a talk as well, and a keynote speaker. He would also be there. So basically the day is for us to learn how to stay healthy, how to clear our head, not to give up on ourselves, and also play a game that connects everyone.
Sporty FM, the voice of sports.
Wonderful. Sounds like fun, but of course at the end of it we are all trying to be better. I have I don't know, okay, is it Eric Forson? Eric?
No, this is Robert. Robert is online.
Okay, Robert is on. Okay, okay. Okay, Robert, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, I can't seem to hear Robert. Looks like he's muted. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
Yeah, Robert, if you can unmute yourself. Okay. Well,
hello.
Yes. Can you hear me, Robert? How are you doing? Good morning.
I'm doing fine, sir. Good morning.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM. Which tennis club are you representing ahead of this weekend's event?
I'm representing Dynamite Tennis Club, please.
Okay, Dynamite Tennis Club. Wonderful. Tell me, when you were approached to be part of this, why did you decide to be part of this weekend's event, changing the narrative on suicide through sports, the tennis edition? Why did you decide to sign up and join?
Okay, I've been working closely with Wal on Dynamite Tennis Court as the club captain, and once it came up that she's pursuing a laudable idea like suicide, the topic of suicide, I think it's something that we all need to join and give our support to assist to make it a great event.
Wonderful. So which of the events will Dynamite Tennis Club be taking part in?
Okay, we'll be taking part in the men's singles, doubles. So those are the events we'll be taking part in. Okay. Wish you the very best ahead of this weekend. I know, yes, you are doing it for a worthy cause, but I'm also certain that you want to win. So we wish you the very best ahead of this weekend.
Yes, I remember too. We are winning. Dome is winning.
Hey. Dome, so Gloria, you are part of the Dome thing and the Dome group, and you are organizing this. Should we not be concerned that there will be conflict of interest?
No. Because those who will be manning the program will be different from all others. I mean, we don't know them, so it will be a fair game.
Great. Gloria, so far, how many clubs have confirmed participation, and are you still taking on new, or are you still taking new clubs, assuming people want to take part this weekend? Are there spots for interested tennis clubs across Accra?
All right, so right now we have 6 tennis clubs that are participating in terms of the playing, but we have 10 tennis clubs that have signed up to participate, to come and support as well. As it stands, we cannot add on if you want to play because games have been scheduled. We have Sapumono, we have Domi Tennis Club, we have Achimota, we have Depot, we have Premium Tennis, and the Reach Tennis Club as well. So it's been paired as well. So let me mention how it's going to be like.
Okay.
The Achimota is going to play Premium Tennis Club. Depot is
the voice of sports.
And Reach is playing Domain Tennis Club. So these are the matches that will be playing on that day. But all other clubs can also join in and come and participate on that day to support the events.
Okay, I'm seeing the flyer starts off at 7. I'm assuming it's a whole day's event.
Yes, it is.
Okay, a whole day's event. It should be fun. Should be fun. Gloria, thank you so much for your time, and congrats once again for putting all of this together. We wish the teams the very, very best. I'm sure you guys will have lots of fun, but I'm even happier because you are touching on a very important topic, the topic of suicide and mental health. So I'm happy that you are putting this together. Lots of people take these things for granted, and it's important that we take care of that aspect of our health. So Gloria, thank you so much. Wish you the very best ahead of Saturday. And should Domi win, we'll bring you back to ask further questions. How Domi won?
Of course, we'll come back and we are going to win.
All right, Gloria, thank you so much. Robert, all the best ahead of this weekend, and take care.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. So I've been speaking with Gloria Boatima-Ando, suicide prevention activist. She's the CEO of Winglow Family International, a suicide prevention organization that has existed in the last 7 years, or they've been in existence for the past 7 years. They talk about mental health, they promote mental health, and they're having an event changing the narrative on suicide through sport, the tennis edition. It's happening this Saturday, Ray, 7 a.m.
Right, we'll be there
at the Reach Tennis Court, Tantra Hills.
Yeah, we'll be there.
They said there'll be lots to eat and drink.
Fantastic. That is how we like.
Thank you. So we wish them the very best. So they have some sponsors, Rocks, okay. Yeah, and then updates and, some other sponsors. So if you're a sponsor on this, thank you so much for being part. And if you're not doing anything this weekend, go to the Reach Tennis Club, Tantra Hills. Just go and sit and watch some good tennis. You can even decide to sign up. But more importantly, go and hear some good news or take away something in terms of mental health. Ray, I think it's a very underrated part of our well-being. A lot of the times we are very concerned about our physical body. Hey, I have to run, I have to walk, I have to eat well, and this and that and that. But we don't see the importance of having sound mental health.
That's correct.
How we manage our stress, our emotional issues, what we go through. Because I recently heard the CEO of the Mental Health Authority talking about a 40% rise in suicide. Charlie, people are going through stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they don't have outlets. And going to see pros or a shrink is not wired into who we are as Ghanaians. We don't want to do it. So people are going through things. They are keeping them inside. Charlie, you hear, they say, oh, somebody died.
Right.
Meanwhile, if you could let off some of the steam, some of the emotional burden, you are helping yourself.
Yeah.
So let's not take our mental health for granted, listeners. Anyway, that's how I wrap it up this morning.
I have a birthday.
I also have a birthday.
Okay, so let me drop it.
Yes.
Our good friend Kwame Jumajiman.
Hey!
Kwame Jumajiman. You know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Fantastic.
Senior Kwame Jumajiman.
Fantastic. Today is his mother's birthday.
Oh!
Yes, Mrs. Evelyn Boatin Ajiman. And Kwame says, happy birthday, happy 72nd birthday.
Oh, wow.
To the best mother in the whole world.
Thank you.
Mrs. Evelyn Boatin Ajiman. He says he wishes more blessings over your life, and he prays that God will give you good health so that you can enjoy his wealth. Yes, so Kwame says, Mommy, I want God to bless you with good health so that you can enjoy my wealth.
Yeah.
And he says, Nyamisha will be brave. So that's coming from Kwame Jumajiman.
Coincidentally, today is my mother's birthday.
Oh, fantastic! That today is a special. It's a special one. It's a
Today's
special
my
one.
mother's birthday. I don't know if she's listening. She usually
happy birthday to her.
She listens.
I know she's been listening. To me.
She listens to the show a lot. I don't know if she's listening, but happy birthday to you, mommy. Right. My mom is as old as Ghana, so
yes.
So my mom is 68 today.
Yes.
Yeah, 25, right?
We pray for good health.
So is it 67? So I'm 67.
So you can enjoy your work.
Yes. So mommy, Mommy, I love you so much.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
Say it well. You have to say it well. Let it come with a lot of emotions. You want to feel it.
You want me to cry? Mommy, happy birthday to you.
Thank
I
you.
love you so much.
The love is not coming well. Hit that part.
I love you, mommy.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the support,
fantastic,
the encouragement. Then she will call me and say, I'm listening to you. Hey, is this what? Yesterday she texted me and said, hey, another boxer has died.
She's current.
She said, listen, hey. She supports Chelsea though. That's the only problem.
That's the only problem.
But this says she doesn't even have the heart to watch the matches.
It's good.
You shouldn't watch. So, mommy, happy birthday to you. I wish you the very, very best. May God bless you, give you good health, long life, so you can enjoy goodies.
So you can enjoy your
riches. You can enjoy money.
Yes. Thank you.
Don't worry, everything will be fine. Mommy, happy birthday to you. From myself, from Gina, from the brothers. My mom has 3 sons.
Oh, okay.
So we don't have sisters.
It's just the 3 of us. She had to manage 3 stubborn boys.
Challenge, stubborn. Hey.
She do.
So from myself, from Nana, from Aja, from everybody, we wish you the very, very best. Enjoy the day. All right, 2 minutes after 10. Let's wrap it up. Ray, it's been a very interesting show, but we'll keep an eye on this. We are still asking questions.
Oh, yes.
We want the GBA to answer a few questions. The GBA, you can't extricate yourself.
No, at all.
And we want the NSA to, the NSAC. Ray has been harsh and has been hard. He has to be.
Yes.
If you want me to be nice, I can be a little nice. But you see, the point is that please get the report implemented. You see, if you listen to us,
4 months is too long.
Implement the recommendations, NSA, you realize that Ghana boxing will be transformed.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine. Even your workload will even come down. Once you clean house properly, now you can sit back and just monitor. So the NSA, this is my plea to you. Take the recommendations of the report. Study them well. If you need to speak with the minister for clarity, speak with the minister. If you need to speak to committee members, speak with them. And then implement the recommendations. Ghana boxing is crying out for a cleanup. NSA, if you can do this cleanup, you would have done your work. So that's what I'll say on this at 10:03 on a Wednesday morning, 24th September. Just do your work.
On a wet Wednesday morning.
Yes, you have the recommendations. You have the minister's power. Use it. You have your own power as NSA. Use it. Clean house. Rearrange things in the room. Ghana boxing will be better.
Ghana boxing is crying for a reason.
That's it.
Nathan, can you imagine how we make fights? Mani mashibu.
That's it. No 1-2-1-2. No boom. Yo. Anyway, that's our show. Many thanks for listening. Raymond Yamado did this with me. My name is Nathan Kwa. Shout outs to my production team, Immortal, Abigail, Angela, and Anekia. Shout outs to Fly. So somebody asked me a question. Somebody says, does Fly ever take off his cap? And I said, we'll have to find out if
Fly is going to take a shower.
That's probably the only time. Because somebody said, I always see Fly in the cap. And I said, yeah, he's always in one. So because does he take it off? I said, I'm sure he does. So shout outs to Fly. Shout outs to Emmanuel Ayamga. Shout outs to the entire team. Fidelis, my DJ. To you, the listeners, wonderful stuff. You've been listening, all the messages, calls. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Coming up, the news at midday. Sporty Plug at 12:30. Sporty Drive at 4. European Nights later at 7. And in between, all kinds of wonderful content exclusive to Sporty FM. This is the voice of sport. This has been the Sporty Breakfast. We'll catch you later.